Alright, what's up everybody, how's it going? It's Berk, aka Dansg08 here, and welcome to a very special live stream on the channel. So, as always, let me know if the audio is working. You can hear my commentary and you can hear the music in the background. Let's do a little kind of sound check before we get going. Okay. Wow, the chat is popping. Thank you to everybody that's shown up this evening. Really appreciate it. It's going to be a special one tonight as we celebrate 15 years of Dansg08 on YouTube. Yeah, hell of a lot of names in the chat. You old git. Yes, indeed. I am a YouTube dinosaur at this stage. Been around for a long time and intend to be around for a lot more. Okay, I will generally, of course, be trying to check out the chat and hang out with you guys throughout this stream, but I think it's a good idea to kind of get going and explain what we're going to be trying to do in this stream. So, as you can see, we are facing Dark Anima. And as you can see from the stats, our stats aren't looking too great because this, my friends, is No Sphere Grid, of course. This means that everybody has their original kind of stats that they begin the game with. So normally, of course, you cannot take on anything of this power level with No Sphere Grid. So for this, we're going to need a lot of help. So our characters, our party members are going to be involved, of course, but most of the heavy lifting is going to be done by Aeons. So the challenge here is to defeat Dark Anima with no Sphere Grid and no Zanmato. So of course you can summon Yojimbo and Zanmato it, but obviously that makes it not a challenge. So we're going to be trying to use the rest of our Aeons to also get the job done. So in terms of like a little bit of challenge background, because there's going to be a lot of people watching tonight who don't really know what the challenge is about, why it's so difficult, what the history is. I think it's a good idea to kind of mention a bit of that stuff so you have some context for what you're watching. Now, I did do a poll on the channel and it was pretty funny because I asked people how much damage they thought I would do to Dark Anima, and the vast majority of people were like, you're going to defeat Dark Anima in this stream, and it's just not going to happen because defeating Dark Anima in No Sphere Grid, it's a challenge that's existed for over 20 years at this point. And there's only ever been one recorded occasion of No Sphere Dark Anima being defeated, and that was by yours truly back in 2011. So since 2011 I haven't even tried to do this again because I completed it, and that was that. Now that's the level that we're dealing with. Like collectively there must have been tens of thousands of attempts made against Dark Anima in this particular challenge, and it's only been achieved once. So we're talking like super crazy odds of making it happen, and so don't be expecting a win here. It already took a lifetime's worth of luck to even get the first win. So let's get that kind of out there first. But that doesn't mean that we can't give it some attempts where you can see how this thing actually works and why it's so difficult and how the battle's going to play out. And of course, I mean, this whole thing is just to kind of celebrate the roots of the channel. Dark Anima, No Sphere Grid is why I'm here today, and so especially on the 15th anniversary I want to go back and just give it another go so you guys can see, because so many of you probably have never seen this battle before and don't know too much about it, but it's so significant that I thought it would be important for us to experience this together. Okay, already there's been some membership gifting and stuff going on. Thank you guys so much for the membership gifts. It's some of the most supportive stuff that you can do for the community, because I of course benefit from it, but your fellow community members also benefit, and you get to enjoy those cool badges and special emojis and that kind of stuff too. Okay, let's talk about the battle itself. So basically we're just going to be using Tidus, Waka, Yuna and Riku for this one. The Judge, thank you so much for the donation. And Shane the Pain too, really appreciate it. And the equipment is of course important in this one. And so even though we're no sphere grid, the kind of equipment that we have is going to help us kind of stay in the battle for like a decent amount of time. And so I'm not going to go too deep into it, otherwise it's going to take too long, but you can kind of see what equipment I'm using here. And I'll talk a bit more about them in the battle. Particularly this one. I think this one will be a bit interesting to people. They'll be wondering why I have this particular weapon. It's a bit of a weird one. But you'll see as the battle goes on. Okay, so I think I'm going to kick it off with the first attempt, and obviously I'll try to sort of explain things and show things as we go along, because depending on how things go, attempts can take quite a long time. And so I am playing the Steam version, so I do have access to the nice speed ups as well. And there is a mod, I put a mod in place that allows us to see how much HP Dark Anima has, and it allows me to do a quick reset. So let's get into the battle and have our first attempt. EA Burns, thank you for the donation, appreciate that. So here we go. And so I love the fact that that sensor appears, that's really cool. Obviously this normally cannot happen, but we've got a mod that helps us to see that, and I would have loved to have had this back in the day when I was actually trying it, because keeping track of how much damage you've done was always a bit of a pain. And so this is really cool. Now, let's get into it. And so the general idea, the problem is, of course, if Dark Anima uses its overdrive, everybody dies. And there's only two ways to avoid that. One way is to use Hyper Mighty Guard from Riku, which gives everybody auto life, and the second way is to use Yuna and to summon an Aeon to take the hit for you. And so that's the bulk of how we're going to be surviving here. What did the poll estimate that you'll be able to do as damage? The majority said that I was going to win, but if you're asking for my own guess, I would say 1 to 2 million would probably be my best attempt. I think even if you're doing over 1 million, you've had a decent try. Over 2 million is like an excellent effort, and over 3 million is already pretty insane. And so like that 8 million is just going to be absolutely ridiculous. So we're already up to 340 viewers, by the way. That's awesome. Great turnout. To be honest, we almost broke the stream record already. Holy shit. Yeah, the stream record for like my live streams is 345. So keep an eye on that concurrent viewer. Okay, so the ideal scenario basically in this battle is to mix a Hyper Mighty G so that everybody has auto life, and then you summon, and then you basically dismiss your Aeons when Dark Anima's Oblivion is going to happen. There we go, we broke the stream record, 353, awesome. The next target from here is 424, so keep an eye on that number, because that's the highest number we managed to reach on the 24/7. I don't know how we did that, we got some crazy spike, but if we break the 424, then it officially becomes like the Dansg08 stream record, so thank you guys so much. Let's summon the heroes of this battle, the Maga Sisters, and then we can talk more about what to expect from this. 1,515 years, yeah. I think that's a little bit optimistic, but if we could break the 424, I'd be mega happy. That'd be really, really cool. So, let's see. One of the biggest reasons this battle is so tough is because you cannot control what the Maga Sisters do with like certainty. So if you could like manually control it and get them to do the moves you wanted them to do every single time, then you'd be able to defeat Dark Anima relatively easily. But unfortunately, again, there's a big RNG element here in which they refuse to play ball and they won't do what you want them to do. Now, you'll notice that Cindy has less HP, and I'll explain a bit more about that as we go. Now, one of the reasons the Maga Sisters are so good is because Cindy has the ability to hopefully do this. Yes, auto life. There you go. Erin with the donation, thank you. So yeah, Cindy can use auto life. So for obvious reasons, that's extremely useful. And there's another trick to it that I'll show you guys as well. Bacon pancakes, thank you for the donation. Now the next, one of the most important ingredients here is using haste. Now Sandy is the only one that's able to use haste, and it's one of the most difficult things to get the RNG to play ball on. So basically the odds of her using haste when you press this like defense part of the menu is unfortunately pretty low, but if it happens then you're really rolling. So let's see what she does. Protect, yeah, protect is more likely. And then with Mindy, what you want is for her to use Passado as much as possible. Mindy is just a Passado machine in this battle. You're just trying to get this as many times as you can. Mickey B, thank you for the donation. Appreciate that. Glad you've been enjoying the content for so long. Oh wow, we have been racing. I'm trying to focus on the battle, but the concurrent viewers is already shooting up. This is huge. Thank you so much, guys. It does look like that 424 is getting smashed. Wow. Okay. I'm going to try to focus on the battle. I'll check back on it in a second. The power level of the stream is too high tonight. Okay. So yeah, we are going to want to get auto life on Cindy as an absolute minimum. And so this is also good. But Pain... yeah, so that was pretty clutch. So Pain basically hits no matter what. It has like an always effect, so there is absolutely no way you can stop Pain from killing you. Any of your party members, any of your Aeons, there's just no way that you can stop it from happening. So that's why, another reason why this battle is so difficult, and why any individual Aeon can't really do anything, because there's a 1 in 3 chance of Pain being used on any given turn. So it's absolutely huge. So keeping these guys alive for any extended period of time is extremely difficult. So that's another very important factor. Some more memberships being gifted. Let me quickly scroll up and see who that was. Chat's just moving too fast. I don't know how these like full-time big streamers do it, man. It's crazy. James Lyons, yeah. Thank you for the memberships. Appreciate that. And yes, we have smashed through. Wow, 438. This is officially a Dansg08 streaming record. Thank you all for being a part of this little bit of history here. Okay, so let's continue on. I'm going to keep using defense with Sandy in the hope that she uses haste. Shell also useful. You're going to see why soon. But yeah, keeping Cindy with auto life pretty much at all times, because this just keeps happening. She's getting picked on, but this is pretty clutch at the moment from Cindy. Santa, thank you for the donation. Bring her down. I will do my best. I will do my absolute best. I want to have at least one really good attempt to show you guys kind of what's possible. Ah, so there you go. Didn't use... That's not good. Okay, so already we've kind of screwed up here. So if you notice with Cindy, I did one more time so that she would use auto life again, but she didn't listen to me and she decided to attack for some reason. And then Mega Graviton was used, and then that killed Cindy. So now the two sisters can't revive Cindy, and that's why there's a massive problem. So right now we're already in danger, and this attempt's going really badly at this point. So yeah. Miss Bradica, thank you for gifting a membership. And Tom Nash, appreciate the donation. Serena as well, appreciate having you around, thank you. But there is one more trick we have up our sleeves, which I'll share later. For now, let's play it risky because we want to try and succeed here. So we're gonna go risky. Oh wow, Elno with the massive donation. Thank you so much. Always a huge supporter of the channel. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So now my goal is to basically survive until Dark Anima is going to use Oblivion. If I can't, then I'll automatically let myself fail this attempt. There's a haste, beautiful. But bad timing. But she does have auto life, so we're kind of still in the game. Green Bean, thank you for the donation. So we're really hanging in there now. This is not ideal. It's not even close to ideal, but we're hanging in. Let's see if she'll use haste. What we need is a physical attack now. There you go. Okay, that's better. That is better. One more physical attack. One more physical attack. Come on. Yes. Okay. And another haste. Go. There you go. Okay. This is actually doing pretty well, weirdly enough. Better than I would have hoped for a first attempt. Maybe there is a little bit of luck in the air tonight. Let's see. Let's keep going. I think we've had a good first round here. Like, Cindy got KO'd pretty quick, but we did well. So, thank you for the donation, Lax. Appreciate that. So now is basically when you have to dismiss here. Even if you have auto life, it's not a good idea to keep the Magus Sisters out, because you're going to see that Oblivion does HP damage and it takes away all of your MP. And well, we need the MP for stuff like auto life and haste, so we cannot let the Magus Sisters take this hit. So we're going to dismiss and let our party members that already have auto life take the hit. Thank you for the gifts, Nick. Appreciate that. Seeing a lot of green in the chat tonight. Make sure you make use of those nice emojis that you now have access to. Unfortunately, you can't ask for like membership gifts. YouTube decides who gets them. So if you haven't been gifted a membership, there's not really anything you can do other than just kind of hanging in the chat and just hoping for the best, unfortunately. So yeah, you can't like gift them. You can't choose who you give them to. So yeah. Okay, let's see this Oblivion in action. And wow, we've almost cracked 500. That's awesome. Wow. Chat moving fast, almost at 500. This is wild. Okay, so auto life is going to do its thing. Now, okay, this is actually going to be worth explaining a little bit as well. These are all just interesting mechanics, things that not many people are going to find that interesting, but I think it's worth mentioning. So, when I defeated No Sphere Grid Anima, like there was a generally kind of accepted way to do it, and a strategy that was known to be probably the best way to do it. But over time, and chatting to people, spending time on the forums and that kind of thing, we came up with some ideas that actually made it a little bit more possible. So let me quickly scroll the chat. I saw some Turkish in there. Who was that? Suranda. I don't know who you are, but I really appreciate the donation. Berk Hocam nice 15. yıl. Very nice. Thank you for that. Just as we break 500, that's dope. Wow. What a night already. I haven't even done the first attempt yet. That's insane. Okay. So after all of that, we did about 700,000 damage, by the way. Just so you know. But it would have been hard for you guys to notice, but basically Riku revived. Normally when you use auto life, you come back with 25% of your normal HP. And in this battle, when you come back with 25% and you get something like Mega Graviton happening, things get very dangerous. And so basically we were looking for ways to try to increase our survivability after an Oblivion. And someone came up with an ingenious way to actually help a little bit with that. So I am going to scroll the chat. I just want to quickly finish this explanation, because once I've done all of this first attempt kind of explaining stuff, I can then sort of get into the attempts a little bit more. Basically, if you equip Riku with a weapon that has plus 30% magic on it, even though she's using an overdrive to get the auto life, she actually benefits, so you get revived with 30% more HP than you normally would. And so instead of coming back with 90 HP, she comes back with 117, and that can actually make a difference. And so it wasn't me that discovered that, but I think it was Chaos N from the Final Fantasy community. And that's why, like, with these things like collaboration and just, you know, coming together and coming up with ideas and strategies, that can make such a massive difference. So yeah, that's a little detail, and that's why Riku has that weird weapon where she has a plus 30 magic. So yeah, let me quickly scroll up because it's just been so much action. Butch Weems, thank you for the memberships as well. Even more green in the chat. Emerald Edge, thank you for the donation. Dreaming since when? Since 2008. For 15 years. Harabed96, thank you for the donation. And MetaTW1, appreciate the donation as well. Thank you very much. Okay, let me head back to the battle now. I guess we can probably summon for a little time. And interestingly, you guys saw that Cindy got taken out, but provided that at least one of the sisters is alive, when you dismiss them, they come back with 1 HP. So that's also huge. And that's another reason that they can kind of stay in the battle. So this is also a big factor in why this is even slightly possible. But Cindy's just been absolute troll this attempt. Complete troll. Refuses to do anything that I needed to do. Sucks. At least Mindy's helping. Cindy's always lazy, that is true, unfortunately, yes. Thankfully though, you can see the CTB here. We've already, because 2 of the sisters are hasted, we're in a pretty good position here, I would say, still. I'm going to try and see if I can get a haste on Cindy as well, that would be massive. I think it's worth a try here. You've really got to get that auto life, you have to do it. Okay, good. Nice. So. Oh, come on, man. Mindy was a reliable one until now. No, they're not being very helpful right now. And so that Mega Graviton you can see is just absolutely brutal. Latest Apex, thank you for the donation, appreciate that. Titus didn't learn the check shot first try, but got there in the end. So now I kind of have to dismiss them by the end of this, so let's sort this out. Cindy is crucial in this battle because of course she can use life or full life if you get lucky. And so yeah, that's why she's so pivotal and she basically has to stay alive. Now at this stage, this is where things get dangerous and this is where one of the most important RNG elements of this battle come in. So before that, King98, thank you for being such a king and dropping that donation, really appreciate that. At this stage, basically, because of the massive difference in agility between Dark Anima and the party members, once you've dismissed, Dark Anima is going to have a minimum of 3 turns. And so that means that the overdrive gauge is going to go up by 10% each time, basically. And so if you wait too long to dismiss your Aeons, then what's going to happen is you're going to dismiss them, Dark Anima is going to get like 2 turns or 3 turns, and then it's going to unleash Oblivion before your party even gets a turn a lot of the time. So you have to basically leave enough time to be able to do something before Oblivion actually happens. So that's an important detail. But if you're unlucky and Dark Anima just attacks everybody pretty much, then it's going to be a game over. So let's see. And yes, I did catch out the corner of my eye my friends from Final Fantasy Union popping in. Thanks guys, Daryl and Lauren. Some of my favorite people on YouTube. It's been really fun to hang out with those guys in real life as well. Appreciate you guys coming out. Okay, so while I was checking the chat, we actually got a bit lucky here. And we're able to summon. So, let me do that. Yeah, we still haven't even done 1,000,000 damage, by the way. It's been like a slow 24 minutes, but not even 1,000,000. And we've already been lucky. This falls into the lucky category already, I would say. It's crazy. So let's summon and take our first hit here. Emerus, thank you for the donation. Appreciate that. Okay. So we're not going to do anything here. We're not going to try and attack. We're not going to try and do anything because Valifor can shield and this will reduce the damage by 1/4. So we'll take about 22,000 damage here. What are my plans for Final Fantasy 16? Well, plans are pretty simple. Just play it. Whenever Square Enix allows me to play it, just get into it and just enjoy it and share it with you guys. Same as always, really. Okay, so Valifor took the hit and Valifor's job is done for now. That's pretty much it. Dismiss. Malkuth Productions, thank you for the 5 membership gifts. Basically, everyone in the chat is going to be green at this stage. Okay, so now let's see if we can kind of have the ideal scenario. Basically, for any given round, what you want to do, the ideal scenario here, is to have Riku cast Hyper Mighty Guard, give everyone auto life, and then have Yuna summon. So I'm manipulating the CTB on purpose here, so that Riku gets a turn before Yuna. And so if we get lucky now, and Dark Anima uses like a Mega Graviton, let's say, then we can have a good run here. If we're unlucky, and it kills Yuna or Riku, then things will change again. So let's see what happens. Like I say, it's just constant, like, luck hunting, really. And so we did get lucky again. I promise you guys this has been a lucky attempt so far. It really has. Steve's Boy with the 10 gifts. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. And Lax with a donation again. Bert's favorite holiday, International Star Wars Day. To be honest, I hadn't even seen Star Wars when I created this channel, and the whole May the 4th thing was like an absolute total coincidence. It's crazy. Oh shit, I didn't even realize 561. What is going on? It's crazy. Too many Final Fantasy X nerds out there. Some guy trying to do a really super obscure challenge and there's 560 people watching. It's crazy. But yeah, we've had pretty incredible luck, I have to say, so far. I know we've only done like 850,000 HP, but I promise you this is already a really solid effort. Hopefully I can get a bit of a run at it here and break past the first 1,000,000 damage. Yeah, the chat is definitely crazy. Okay, what do we got? Yeah, Cindy doesn't have auto life again. I've really got to hope she uses that auto life here. Okay, not on herself though. Okay, that worked out well. Serena, thank you for the donation. Did you say already how Aeon's got max HP on No Sphere Grid? Yeah, so normally another reason why this challenge is so impossible is because it just takes, it would take thousands of hours of grinding to get your Aeons to these kind of stats naturally. So what you do, I forget which one it is, I think it's Summoner's Soul or Aeon Soul, basically the one where you can farm for spheres and you can increase your Aeon stats manually. So that's basically how you do it. And you can imagine to be able to get your stats to this by farming spheres alone is just an absolutely monumental, crazy task. So that's why for my one, basically I'd spent over 1,000 hours, the game clock had stopped running. And I realized how much longer I still had to go, and I just wasn't going to be able to do it. And so that's basically when I decided to hack in the rest of the stats that I need. And so, yeah, that's just how it had to be. Otherwise, I would never have won. It's just too crazy. Emerald Edge, thank you for the nerds. Right, let's keep going, man. This attempt is pretty hype. It's pretty good, I have to say. Come on, Pisado. No. One more time. Okay, this is good. Megasys is still doing a wonderful job here, I have to say. I'm a bit impressed. Shell's a good call here because Mega Graviton does hurt. Every single pain has hit Cindy so far, interestingly. Come on, I need a Pisado now. Yes. Almost cracking 600 viewers. Absolutely wild. Okay, another haste. Let's go. Let's go. Now, Cindy used auto life on the last turn. I really need her to use it again now. I really need it. Yes. It's just really weird how, like, kind of quote-unquote easy they're making it look. I swear to you, like, literally 50 attempts, 100 attempts, sometimes you wouldn't get RNG like this. This is already just, like, about as good as it can get in terms of RNG. That's wild. As we hit 600 concurrent viewers. Sheesh. It's gone insane. Green Bean, thank you for the donation. But look at the CTB now. If we could just get one more haste, we'd be doing really well. Let's go for... Yeah, Camisade. I would have preferred not to have that, but... Alright, one more time. Come on. Ah, haste is really tough, man. To get all three of the sisters into haste is just tough. It really is. But hopefully at this stage you've already seen why this battle is just so ridiculous and so hard to win. Even though I've had like mighty RNG so far already, it's just, I don't know, it's just crazy difficult. Okay, one more time. So I mean, we've cleanly passed the million now. We're probably closer to like 1.5. This is almost a perfect round, I would say. Okay, again, now we have to dismiss, otherwise we're going to lose all of those positive statuses and all of our MP and all that kind of stuff. Sandy's already used haste more than she would in most attempts, man. Sandy's, I think she's done a great job so far. Trust me, getting Sandy to use haste is one of the most difficult things with this challenge. It's horrible. Whew, need to take a breather. It's been intense, man. Sheesh. That's what the Oblivion overdrive is good for. It's a chance to take a mini break. But yeah, this was, again, this was pretty much perfect. Right, let's see. Yeah, so far so good. Basically, once we get revived from Oblivion, Mega Graviton plus any attack that picks on Waka is the best alternative. And so again, what I got to do here, the reason I don't use Hyper Mighty Guard now is because, let's say I do it now, it kills Waka on the next turn. Then Yuna can summon, but there's only 2 of our characters that have Hyper Mighty Guard instead of 3. And what you don't want to do is face an Oblivion with only 2 out of 3 people in auto life. It can make a legitimate difference. And so with this, you've got to try to ride your luck, manipulate the CTB so that Riku gets in front of Yuna here. And if this works, again, then you've had another pretty much perfect round. And that's generally how it works. And you just need perfect round after perfect round after perfect round for like 2 hours straight to be able to win. That's generally how it works. Alicia with the donations, thank you so much. Now, damage-wise, we've done 1.7 million. This is already up there with like top 10%, top 5% best attempts I've ever had, probably, where I've actually bothered to go beyond the first minute. That's crazy. Okay, so we are one good piece of RNG away from probably breaking 2 million damage here. Let's see if we can do it. So we need a Mega Graviton here. 1 in 3 chance here. Let's see what happens. Come on. Ah, not this time. So this is where like our super godlike RNG has run out here. So this is where things can go downhill very, very quickly. This round we basically don't get to summon. It's already too late to summon now. So you have to be extremely careful. Now, one of the only ways you can do damage potentially is to try and use Trio of Quad 9 and hope Waka stays alive long enough to fire off an attack reels, and even then, it's not going to be a lot of damage. Shiro, thank you for the membership gift. Appreciate that. Nick, thank you. I can't read this part. Yeah, it's hard to keep up, man. Okay, so now we can do an attack reels and do 120,000 damage here. If I can nail the attack reels. Now, I will admit this, I was doing a little bit of testing to sort of make sure everything was working with the save file and all that kind of stuff. And you guys have watched my videos for a long time, and I almost never fail attack reels. I mean, I've done it for so long. I probably have like a 99% success rate, but I failed the previous one I did. So yeah, it's been a while, I'm very rusty with it, and I don't know. I could potentially fail this. So get ready to see something even rarer than No Sphere Grid Anima being defeated. It would be me failing an attack reels. Let's see. Come on. Yeah, it moves faster. It's that third one. It really is. It's different. It's definitely like a bit different to what I remember. But I told you, same thing happened. I failed the exact same way in my test yesterday. So I think there's like I don't play the Steam version of it that much, and I think it's something I'd have to readjust to. But yeah, there you go. Okay. Honestly, you're not going to get too many chances to use attack reels anyway. Even in like a successful attempt, if you were to have one, you'd probably only do like 4 or 5 of them. But yeah, I think if you get the first 2, I think the first 2, the timing is probably still the same, but the third one, the third one's timing is slightly different, I think. Okay, now we are in extremely dangerous territory. Dark Anima has 2 moves, and if Riku dies, then we basically lost this attempt. So, basically this is where I hedge my bet. So I bring in Tidus, and now it gives you slightly more kind of margin for error here. So let's see what happens. Okay. Right, this worked out perfectly. Nice. So this was like a bad round. It basically did no damage this time. But we survived. And so that was the important thing. I mean, this attempt has lasted like basically half an hour at this point, which is crazy. Need to get those likes up. There's 650 plus here, but 250 likes. That is true. Let's smash that like button. Anyone that's watching the stream and enjoying it, please remember to drop a like as well. It's really helpful for like the VOD afterwards. It helps it kind of do well as a normal video as well. There you go. That's more like. I mean, I think this attempt deserves a like. You might not see an attempt this good for the entire rest of the stream, seriously. Oh wow, what the hell? We just like literally got over 100 likes within 20 seconds. That's wild. That's one of those things I could never really get used to. Like as a YouTuber, they say like you've got to make sure you kind of call to action. I'm always like, people know what to do. Like they know where the like button is. They'll press it if they want to press it. But this is evidence right here. This is why everyone always does that annoying, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. It works, man. It just works. Okay. I think, again, should take things that maybe a little bit riskier here and just summon. We need to get some damage on the board. But this is literally like 2 or 3 times the average viewership of a live stream. It's just crazy. Okay, what we need now is a physical attack. That would be awesome. Perfect. Now, someone did ask, and I'm glad they asked, why Cindy has so few HP compared to the rest. Now, basically, for Sandy and for Mindy, hold on a sec, let me just quickly check something. Yeah, for Sandy and Mindy, those guys, they can benefit from Cindy using full life. So with those guys, when they die, Cindy can use full life if you're lucky, and they will recover literally 99,999 HP. Cindy, the only way Cindy's coming back is if you summon when she's being KO'd and she comes back with 1 HP, or auto life kicks in and she gets 25% back. Now, if she gets 25% back while having maximum HP, that means that, let's say if a Mega Graviton comes, she gets taken out. But with 16,000 or something in that kind of range, when she comes back, there is a chance that she uses moves like Cura, Curaga, Prey, and that basically gives you a chance to, like, because it's percentage based, it heals Cindy for more than it would if she had maximum HP. She actually potentially survives better with that lower HP. So That's why, that's another thing again, it wasn't like the kind of documented strategy, but over time, it's one of those refinements that were made to kind of improve your odds a little bit. So yeah, that's the kind of story of that. Rhoda, thank you for the gifted membership as well, appreciate that. Let's get back into it with this already rather insane attempt. What should we do? I could auto life Sandy, but I kind of don't want to because then it gives you a chance to full life, but let's just... Yeah, these are useless at this point. Let's keep going. Yeah, Prey is used quite regularly with Go-Go, weirdly enough. Yeah, these are bad turns right now, like these Curas are not that helpful. If they're hitting Cindy, then yes, but the other ones not so much. Oh wow, that was a horrible one. That was bad. Honestly, I might even dismiss right now. Because I'm going to charge the overdrive gauge more by attacking, and then there's going to be a turn, it's going to be another 15%. That's very dangerous. I might not. These are the kind of decisions that you basically live and die by. So for anyone wondering, like, well, is this just purely luck? I mean, is that all it takes? I would say luck is like 90% of it, 80-90% of it. But the important, I think, 10 to 20% of it is decision making. You really have to sometimes make the right call based on the information you have. Because it seems very obvious here to just attack. But the overdrive gauge goes up so quick that if you attack, Dark Anima attacks back and then you dismiss, it might already be too late, and then you're going to be hit with an Oblivion, so it's tough. World of G-Man, appreciate the donation. So I'm going to play it safe. I could get a game over as a result of doing this, but I've got to play it a bit safe here. Because the Mega Sisters are in a good position. I've got to try and see if I can survive here. Closing in on 700. It's insane. Okay, so this is good. Yeah, split the turns. Okay, perfect. So I think this was the good safe choice here. This basically guarantees that I survive, I think. Let's see. Okay. Yep. So there you go. That's how easy it is to die. So if I'm pretty certain here, if I carried on attacking one more time, I probably would have died here. But I managed to hold on. Evren, welcome to the stream. Türkiye'ye selamlar. And yes, indeedy, don't forget to drop a like on the video if you're having a good time. I think we've got to hit at least 500. Can't expect every single person to like, but I think 500 given the viewer count is pretty fair. So were you actually the first confirmed person to complete it? Yes. As far as I'm aware, there's never been anyone else that's managed to complete it. Now, curious to see how much damage we've done. It's not that many. We had a bad round there. Too many Curas and weird Thundagas and stuff like that. King98, thank you for the donation once again. Appreciate your support on this stream. See you next time. And there we go. We hit 500. Thanks, guys. Almost at 2 million. Not quite yet. In my head, I was like, if I can break 2 million, I would have had a really good session, by the way. That was the number in my head I was aiming for. I was like, if I can give them a battle where I do at least 2 million damage, a quarter of the way there, that would already be a hell of a showing. So, Yuna gets to summon again already. I say we take that opportunity now, and we do it again. It's a tough one to pronounce. Bacchus Manon. Thank you for the donation, appreciate that. I have been having a ton of good luck. Seriously, a ton of good luck. Okay, I am going to fight. I need to start doing damage here. Let's get past that 2 million. Come on. Okay, that's good. That is good. Get that haste. Come on. Do it. Not good luck, just skills. Honestly, I promise you, this attempt has been very, very good luck. iSnipers HD, thank you for the donation. Let's see. Yes. Very close to the 700 now. Come on. Let's get there. Yes. Amazing stuff. Thank you, guys. Okay. Mindy being taken out is not the worst thing, but obviously we lose the haste status. So now it's another, like, we need to get haste back on. Now, again, it's the same kind of gamble as before. If you look at that overdrive gauge, we're at about 70%. And that means that once again, if Dark Anima gets hit one more time, we've kind of left it too late. And so normally you'd want to go defense and hope that you get like a haste or something. But if you press defense and she ends up attacking Dark Anima as a result, you get unlucky, then it would have all been for nothing. So again, it seems like too big a risk, and that's why again I'm going to dismiss right now. I'm going to leave turns like on the table, but the odds of it all going wrong if you accidentally attack Dark Anima is too high right now. So I'm going to basically dismiss and pray that I get a chance to survive another Oblivion here. Let's see what happens. We've definitely done over 2 million damage though. I've not been able to use the sensor to confirm it, but there you go. 2.3 million damage. Holy shit. Jenny Powells, thank you for the donation. 2.3 is absolutely wild. I mean, I've probably not even had more than maybe 5 attempts in my lifetime where I've done this much damage. That's how unlikely it is, and I did like absolutely countless attempts across like years. Wow. This to me is already like a win. This is basically a win. Now, again, you could try to take a risk and get cocky and try to mix a quad 9 and attack reels and stuff like that. Not worth it, because that means that basically Yuna's your only chance of survival. And if that turn hits Yuna, you're going to die. So we're not going to do that. Play it safe. There's plenty of time. Basically, the main counter of this battle that's important to know is basically the limit to how long you can survive is of course to do with how many Phoenix Downs you have. And so at the moment, we're still in an extremely good position. We've not even used up a fifth of our Phoenix Downs, and we've done over a quarter of the damage. So that's why it's better to just not rush and to play it safe if you can. Here, I might deliberately try to attack so that I can fill the overdrive gauge a bit more. Because like I need that Oblivion to come sooner rather than later, I think. Or should I? No. Gonna keep it. Not try and do anything too clever here. Just take it easy and just wait. Be patient. Okay. A lot going on in the chat once again. Wow, Elno just being a beast again, gifting 20 memberships. That's crazy. Thank you so much. And Cotillionaire, yes, I was wondering where you were. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for showing out. Okay, how are we doing now? Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I think this should be okay to do. Let's do that. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. So again, CTB manipulation here to try and basically engineer things so that this happens. So Dark Anima gets a turn, it's going to be full overdrive next time, but either Yuna or Riku is going to get the turn before the overdrive comes. So that's basically like ideal kind of scenario. Jackson West, thank you for the membership gift. I feel like at this stage like half the chat or something has got to be like green. It's crazy. Okay, let's see what you got. Okay, and again, because we managed to have both Yuna and Riku there, that's fine. We can summon once again. This attempt's been absolutely wild. I'm so glad I got to have an attempt like this where you guys basically get to see pretty much the full extent. Imagine like 2 hours of this where everything just continues to go right. Every decision you make basically plays off. And it's just, you're kind of getting a feel for how insane it is to be able to do something like this. It really is. Madness. I'm already like drained from this attempt. Like the whole chat, all of the generous donations, the gifts, the concurrent viewers, the way the battle's been going, it's crazy. Is that underneath Anima? Is there a mum? Now, what can happen as James485 gives 5 more memberships, thank you so much. Countless Lunalesca Oris, wow, not an easy one to pronounce. Appreciate the donation, thank you so much. Now, there are literally rounds where, let's say, you summon Valifor, you take the hit, you dismiss Valifor, then you don't get another turn again until game over. It is possible for Dark Anima to attack you in such a way that you basically don't get a turn between Oblivions. You just sit there and watch as you get completely blasted. Now, we are having a phase here where we've not been able to do damage for a while, and that's okay. In the attempt where I won, there was like a massive window where I was just hanging on for my life and just not really able to do much. Right now, survival is the aim of the game. Now, because it is so early in Dark Anima's overdrive, I am going to go for another attack reels here, because it's rare that you get this opportunity. And yes, it is a mod that allows you to see the HP. Now, last time I messed up the attack reels. I probably will again, because I just don't have the muscle memory for it, but I'm going to let the timer run out. I'm not sure if in the Steam version they kind of patched this out. It used to be the case that if you just leave it alone, it automatically lands on 2 hits. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully it's an automatic 2-hit. It is, okay, nice. I think I remember hearing that they like it wasn't, either there's a version of the game for which that doesn't work or something like that, but hey, I'll take the damage, 120k. Let's go. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people didn't know about that one. Like I say, I mean, I spent so many years just doing it on autopilot that it just wasn't necessary, but with this version of the game, something just off about it. I can't get it. I'd need some time to practice. So it's definitely helpful. Okay, so same game once again. We've got to try to manipulate the CTB and keep ourselves in a position where we can shield against the Oblivion. I always thought that letting the timer run down lowered the damage dealt. Honestly, it might be the case that depending on how much time there is left, you might do slightly more damage, but obviously in this context it doesn't matter. But someone would have to check that. I'm not 100% on that. Yeah, so yeah, midnight token employed. So in under normal circumstances, unless you really struggle with attack reels, it's generally not recommended to let the timer run out. But when you've got a trio of quad 9, it's not really important. Okay. So we've got to hold on here again. Good. Thank you, Claire. Welcome to the chat and the stream. It's nice to have managed to hover around the 700 mark. It's just insane. Thank you all so much for sharing this evening with me as we continue to do crazy things. Now, what I will do here, again, I'll deliberately use a dark matter to push the overdrive gauge, and then we can summon once again. I still can't believe this attempt is going on. It's almost been an hour. That's ridiculous. Okay. And I'm trying my best to stay focused, because as you guys have seen, like, making one mistake can end the entire battle. So, to be fair, a lot of people have called that I'd either beat it or have a very good attempt, which I completely dismissed. But you guys were right. This attempt was insane. Yeah, the previous record was 424, so I think it's fair to say we've smashed through the old record. Yeah, I think we've peaked at somewhere around 711, 713. Just crazy. So, what I will do, basically, when you're down to this kind of level and Valifor won't be able to survive another one, you can basically just try to get some free damage by doing this. So now is the time to do it. When Dansg08 does a Dansg08, you got to tune in. True. And yeah, this is the reason, again, you don't use the singular Aeons, because you're just going to get slapped like that. Get taken out. I know why you like Blitzball so much. That's where you waste all your bad luck so you can do these runs and pick up Zodiac Spears. Yeah, maybe. I use that as like a bad luck drain. I think maybe this time. I'm wondering. Basically, I can't get the ideal situation where Riku gets the turn before Yuno. Let me think. Let's just see what happens. Honestly, I haven't been like super prepared for this. I could probably look up like tick speeds and that kind of thing, but honestly I didn't really do that. Let's just do this for now. See how we go. Rodrigo, appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Following for 10 years, that's insane. Yeah, I can't split the turns, it's a bit difficult. Okay. I'm gonna summon anyway, it's been too long. How much damage have we done? Almost at 2.5 million, very close to it. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, it still has haste, I forgot. Just gonna wait to see what comes here. That was a bad move. That was a really bad move. Steel City, thank you for the donation. And Mark as well, I appreciate that. But yeah, I think already it's time to dismiss here. Couldn't really do very much at all. Just too scared of that Oblivion. Yeah, just not worth the risk. We can't take the risk. Okay. Trying to stay focused here. These are always just like the decisions that you really have to think hard about in this battle. Just really trying to do your best to manipulate things to go your way. See you later, all two. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate that. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Okay. Oof. Wow. Okay, so this is it. This is like final showdown here. This is the only way to survive. Basically, if Dark Anima's next attack kills Yuna, then it's attempt over. So we have to see. Flatters, thank you for the donation. But yeah, just as confirmation, we did over 2.5 million damage. So if the attempt ends here, at least you've seen that I did over 2.5 million on my first attempt. So I guess I do have a bit of a, like, genuinely some kind of inherent luck with with No Sphere Grid Dark Anima. So you can't switch Yuna out at this stage, so you can't hedge your bets by, you know, bringing Tidus in or something, because it doesn't matter. There's 2 turns in between. If it was a single turn, you can do that, but there is nothing you can do here other than to just hope that Yuna survives. That's pretty much it. So here we go, my friends. This could be the end of the first attempt. Let's see if we can hold on here. Yeah, to be fair, actually, you're right. That is another tactic, Coryphean. You're right. That is true. See, that's one I forgot from 12 years ago. He is right. Like I say, I didn't really prepare because I had so little kind of expectation that I'd get anywhere near anything. That I wasn't that prepared. But he is right. So when you're in this situation, this is another little trick that you can do. So thank you to Coryphean in the chat. He remembers the OG strats, and he's got his big brain in today. So what you do here, you basically have to sacrifice an Aeon. Normally what you're trying to do is have your Aeon survive as many Oblivions as possible. And the way to do that is to shield before every single one. But sometimes in this situation, instead of taking the risk and hoping that Yuna doesn't get killed here, what you can do is basically sacrifice an Aeon and have them attack to make sure the overdrive gauge is full, and then basically take the full force of Oblivion and do that. So we get to stay in the game, thanks to Coryphean. So shout out to him. So let's just Meteor Strike. I don't think it really matters too much what happens next. Okay. That is so much HP. Yeah, tell me about it. As we head up to almost 750 viewers. Madness. I expect to see a bunch of you in the 24/7 stream as well. You can't just be coming out once every 15 years to hang out. Me and my mod team and a lot of the members that you see in the chat tonight, we're there all the time, collectively. So do come hang. Coryphean's watched the video a good few times, yeah. I bet you have. So that was clutch. But we're not having a great time of it. We haven't been able to do any significant damage for some time here. And Yuna's turn is completely like lost. There's 4 more turns. So yeah, Yuna's not going to be able to summon in this round. So it's time for some more of this. Let's try and do this again. Yeah, I'm just going to let it run. I'm not going to get cocky and try to go back to my usual style of just doing this easily. Your 24/7 stream saved me whilst doing night feed with a newborn. Good stuff. Congratulations. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that. We are having a hell of a celebration here because this attempt against No Sphere Grid Dark Anima is absolutely insane. It really is. I think like maybe Coryphean and maybe some other lurkers, like literally maybe only 1% of this chat has any idea how insane this attempt is. Truly, truly. It's literally been the same attempt for almost an hour, which is crazy. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I think we probably continue on with something like this. I really need like a good attempt where I can, not a good attempt, but a good round where I can summon nice and early. Okay. Nice, that was clutch. That was clutch. Okay. I think we're good again. Perfect. Wow. This is truly wild. Even being able to survive this long. Like, yes, we've been stuck at that sort of 2.3, 2.5 kind of range for some time. But even being able to survive for like 2 or 3 rounds is just crazy. And we're heading in towards 3 million damage. 3 million. Insanity. No sane people here. Yeah, definitely not. This is definitely a 0.1% chance. It probably is. I would say so. I really don't think... Honestly, I don't really remember that many amazing attempts before I actually beat it. Like, that one was such an outlier compared to everything else. I must have had like 2-3 million attempts, but the 8 million one, like the full thing, that was a whole different beast. Tanya, welcome to the stream. Glad you could join in. Okay, come on. Mega Graviton or something. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna summon here. It's been a while. We need to try and do a little bit more damage here. We've slowed down a lot. Shiny Book 51. Thanks to your playthrough, I've been able to coach an IRL friend of mine through a first playthrough of 5%. That's awesome. It's truly one of the most fun things to be able to kind of guide someone else through a game that you love. It's so great. How many Phoenix Downs left? Well, I'll check again soon. No, if I beat Dark Anima again, that would just be like just unfair amount of luck. Like first attempt on a live stream as well, it just wouldn't make sense. I think yeah, Adog13. What's been Adog13 is someone that's actively been trying to do this battle. What's the best attempt that you've had? Hey Crystal Daz, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I want to know how much what the best attempt someone else has actually been attempting this has had. Ah, it wasn't on Cindy, which is what I hoped for. She's going to get taken out. Okay, this was really not good. This is really not good. Yeah, this is really bad. That Mega Graviton crushed me. Now again, you could try to get like a cheeky move in and do stuff like that, but once it's just down the hill, dude can't come up here and sell you a couple more Phoenix Downs. Is Coco watching? Coco's in the other room. Sometimes she gets really like loud and annoying, so I try to keep her out of live streams. But yeah, this is how quickly these attempts can go downhill. I don't think it's worth it to try and get one more hit and to lose the auto life status and stuff, so I'm not gonna continue attacking here. As I've shown you guys already, as long as at least one of the sisters is alive, when you resummon them, the other two end up with 1 HP. Hasn't once moved to the forest now. To be fair, yes, he has. Okay. Just wondering how I should play. It's still pretty early days. I think I should just take a chance on a trio. Also, 67 Phoenix Downs. Like, now it's starting to become a bit more problematic. But I think it's worth just doing a trio and seeing if Waka survives. At least I can get a little more damage in, possibly. Personal best 5.5 million HP damage. That's already incredible. But this is someone that's, I'm sure, had hundreds, maybe thousands of attempts at this point. So even getting to 5.5 million is crazy. Basically, I never got to 5.5 before beating it. Yeah, I think our luck has run out at this point, actually. I think we're at the end of the road, genuinely this time. I can't see a way out of this one if Riku gets hit. So I think we have to basically hope that for 2 turns Riku doesn't get hit. That's pretty much all you can do. Yeah. Everyone else has too many, like, there's too many turns in between for everybody else. So I think it's likely that this is going to be the end of the attempt. The odds of Riku surviving these next 2 attacks are pretty low. But let's see. Got to be in it to win it. Honestly, might as well, yeah, let's just wait for it. If this hits Riku, it's game over. Okay. Again, exactly the same situation. If this hits Riku, it's game over. I'm not even going to toss the Dark Mats, I'm just going to wait. Okay. Wish me luck, guys. Have to hope Riku survives this, she just has to. Oh, she did. Wow. Insane. We're still in it to win it. Still. Basically the entire session just going to be 1 attempt. Wow. All skill. This is exactly what I mean. So if everyone's saying it's like skill, there's just nothing you can do there. You just have to wait. Just have to wait and pray. Princess, thank you for the donation. And thanks for hanging out with us today. Yeah, I've been saying all day you're going to get it on your first attempt. Can't make me a lie, can you? I wouldn't believe that I could beat it until I got to like 7.5 million HP. That's how close I would have to be before I genuinely thought it was a run. Like, that's how easily things can turn. It really is. Okay, so we need some things to go our way once again. Like all of us surviving this turn, or Waka being hit actually. Hit Waka, perfect. So, this was piece of luck number 1. Now we need the Mega Sisters to have a strong start here. I really need them to get some damage done. I really do. Okay. Let's do it again. And now we have 2 of them with 1 HP. So if a Mega Grambaton comes, they all get wiped out again. So it's extremely tough. Roxas9 with the huge donation. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Wow. Seeing that red flash up in chat is still crazy. Right then. To get back on track, we really need some clutch moves here from the sisters. You can see once the haste goes, everything just gets so much more difficult. That was a terrible move. Absolutely terrible, terrible, terrible move. Wow. We got a little bit lucky there. You really have to do the right thing here, Cindy. You just have to. Okay, that's a start. Okay. Is this live? Yes, indeed, it's live. It's as live as it gets here. Yeah, incredible turnout. Thank you all again so much. Pre-recorded run. No, it's definitely not a pre-recorded run. Seeing how much time I'm spending just kind of reading the chat and waiting around and stuff. Surgeon, my man, thank you for the donation. Appreciate that. Dark Anima is the last boss. No, Penance is the last boss. Let's get some defense. Yes. Physical attack. No, that's the worst outcome. No. Yeah, once you've dropped to that 1 HP once, it's so hard to get it back. And now I kind of, again, I don't have a choice. I kind of have to dismiss here. I just can't let the Mega Sisters die this early. Can't do that. Just can't let that happen. Like, I want to do one more time, but the odds of her surviving the next turn is 1 in 3. So you just got to play the numbers. You can't leave Sandy out here. It's just too risky. Damn it. Yeah, it's very hard to get a foothold again. Once the sisters have been taken out that badly, it's very, very tough. Lax, thank you for the donation. Still crazy to think that you record your old win. So glad. Yeah, well, the reason I did record my old win is because I literally set up a channel with the intention to do that 3 years before. So in that sense, it was no accident. Have you ever tried the Penance Extreme Challenge? No, I haven't. It might be something I do later on. Actually, I'm considering it. Birch, good to see you in the stream. Yes, it's not OG7, so I especially appreciate you being here this evening. So, we're going to have to do the same thing again. This is what Coryphean reminded me of previously. We're not going to take a risk here and hope that Yuna doesn't get hit. And we only have 1 auto life. So, again, we're going to have to sacrifice another Aeon here, but that's fine. We've just got to stay in the game. That's all you can really do. Yeah, it'd be really cool if we could get over the 3 million damage. That would be well above my expectations for this sesh. Sure is crowded here. Yes, it's very crowded. The fact that there's like 750 people sitting around watching a No Sphere Grid Anima attempt is just awesome. Rob Hatherley, thank you for the donation. Currently on the sofa full of flu, not nice. Hope you get better soon. Thank you for hanging out with us. I voted for 1 or 2 million damage. Oh me of little faith. Yeah, I said the same thing, man. If I was to vote, I would have voted 1 to 2 million. Once this attempt ends, the next one after it will literally be like a 2-minute attempt, probably. Yeah, you could overdrive as well. It's not going to make that much difference. I think overdrives are weird. I don't think it makes actually that much difference to use your overdrive, if I remember correctly, but it's been so long, I really don't. Again, I want to summon, but it's like these guys are in such a dire situation that. But I kind of have to, because no one's getting a turn for another 3 turns at least. So I have to try and get foothold in the battle again. Maybe I get very lucky. We will see. Got to do something. Honestly, after the time spent on this, I think I'd cry if I die here. Man, collectively, compared to the time that anyone attempting this challenge would take, like, this was nothing. I think you'd get sad if you got to, like, 5-6 million. I think that would be really crushing. I think that would be like the ultimate. So again, we need to get foothold in this battle. So I need either pain or the physical attack to be used. If a Mega Graviton comes and Cindy doesn't use auto life, that means that again this attempt's pretty much over because the Mega Sisters would be gone. So let's see. Auto life, that's at least a good start, but she refuses to use it on herself, which is a bit annoying at the moment, but we'll take it. Birch, thank you for the donation, appreciate that. And Papa Delta 2. So, do as you will. I'm hoping this is a full life, because we don't have to help each other here. If this is a full life, this would be really nice. Okay, fine. Okay, so we're still chipping away damage, but it's just excruciatingly slow right now. Just very, very slow. There you go, the full life, perfect. Very, very nice. Is this still the first attempt? Yes, it is. Hard to believe, I know. It's the first attempt. Okay. So that was bad, but we're still in it here. Not so good. One more time. Let's try and get another full life here. Nice. This is why full life is so important here. It's massive. I think it's time to dismiss. Probably. Again, can't take a risk here. This was a good recovery. I have to say this was a good recovery round for the sisters, but once again, it's going to be the same thing. We're going to dismiss them, and we have to pray that we can block the next Oblivion. Again, not willing to take any more risks. If I choose defense and Sandy busts out a Razia or something, then again, we've probably lost. So we have to play it safe. Let's see how we do. That's not a good start. Now Riku's our only hope. Ah, this is it. This is the game over. It happened. GG's, my friends. I think Waka's going to get a turn, and there's going to be nothing he can do. There you go. That was the attempt. At least we got to see how much damage we did, and that's exactly how quickly everything can change. That's like, it all seemed like it happened so quick and so easily, and that's the threat that you face constantly in this challenge. Constantly. But we did over 3 million damage. Seriously, it's like one of the top 5, top 3 best attempts I've ever had against Dark Anima, because the way in which we did it as well was just absolutely crazy. Amazing. So there we go. At least there's live stream evidence that I did 3 million damage as well on my first attempt. Just crazy. I just wish there was something we could do here. Just anything. But there's just nothing. Any big brains out there that can figure out something to do in this situation, then maybe something happens. But this is pretty much the end of the road. There's no one that can save you here. Now, it would have been lovely if, say, Kimari had an auto life with his Mighty God. Then you could maybe bring him in or something like that. But the mighty No Sphere Grid Anima remains undefeated after this attempt. So, honestly, I'm not going to give it the satisfaction of killing me. But what I am going to do is use a feature of this particular mod where you can do a quick reset. And it's funny, the way that it does it is by giving you a game over. So it's kind of funny, like, there's no way of escaping the game over screen. So let me do it. You're going to see the game over flash, but that's because it's like a modded way to do a quick reset. There you go. Yeah, because the Steam version by default doesn't have a quick reset, which is super annoying, but that's how it goes. Whew. Man, what a first attempt. It was like an hour and 20 minutes or something like that. That's crazy. Well, there you go, my friends. No Sphere Grid Anima. That was a very irregular attempt, I have to say. For like a first attempt, that was just absolutely crazy. Okay. Whew. I could take a breather now. At this stage, even if I had a winning attempt, it would probably take too long. But yeah, I kind of want to have a bad attempt in a way, just to show you guys what it actually looks like. Like what a normal attempt looks like. See you later, EA Burns. Thanks for joining us and for all the support. Okay. So now, at least I have less explaining to do. I can just get on with it. And you guys can see how it's playing out. Favorite Aeon has to be Anima, I think. Obviously for the Dark Anima connection anyway, but I just love I love the design. It's so unique. And well, Final Fantasy 14 in a way doesn't count because it's a multiplayer and they do all these expansions, and they're deliberately kind of harkening back to the old Final Fantasies, reusing bosses and ideas and stuff like that. It's unique in the series basically for the mainline titles, so it's another reason I think it's super cool. Final Fantasy 14 Anima sucked anyway. That's a shame. Like, I saw some of like the promo artwork and stuff and it looks super cool. Why is the HP of Cindy not jacked up? Yeah, I spent some time explaining that one before, but basically, long story short, she actually survives better with lower HP because there's no one that can bring Cindy back with full life, and Mega Graviton would hurt Cindy a lot at max HP. And she did exactly what she did last time. Thanks for that. Let's try again. That's better. It looks cool, but the boss fight was a disappointment. That's a shame. See you later, Shane. Thank you for the support, and thanks for joining us for this special stream. Appreciate that. Oh, come on, man. The take a break has been terrible. There you go. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. What a crappy attempt. Absolutely terrible attempt already. There you go. This is looking a bit more like what you can expect to see. Wow. Yeah, defense does Razia. Like they're completely not cooperating at all here. Finally. There should be an option to just slap Cindy upside the head for taking a break. Cindy taking a break has got to be one of the most frustrating things in this entire challenge. Anima wiggling in pure ecstasy. Yeah, on ×4 the wiggle is strong, I have to say. Yeah, one more time and she refuses to auto-knife herself. You see that? This is much more like typical Mega Sisters action here. Terrible. One more time, didn't do the Pasado. Just absolutely trolling here. Okay. So that was a pretty bad first round. Cindy went, girl, bye. Yeah, she does that a lot. Yeah, so we didn't even do 500,000 on that first round, and that's the round where you're pretty much always going to do the most damage. The older I get, the more I appreciate this game. Glad to see it get this much love, yeah. There's one place in the world Final Fantasy X will always get love. It's this channel. Cindy's still exhausted from the first run. Yeah, you're right. I'll give her that. Fight for your life, Cindy. Nah, I'm good. Did you intend to have your voice recorded in the original video of you clearing it? No, that was before I ever did any commentary. I had no commentary videos back then. I think the first commentary video I did was like November 2011 or something, like maybe 6 months after I beat Dark Anima. Is it only Yojimbo that has that resonance thing? Improved closeness with the Magus for better move chances. Yes, basically, the Magus do have a motivation stat in their mechanics, but it's not one that you can influence before the battle, so you can't like work on their motivation, basically. So there's not too much you can do about it, unfortunately. But yeah, if they are doing quote-unquote good things in battle, then the likelihood of them continuing is higher. But we'll just have to see. Any other live streams planned? Yes. I do intend to do that randomized Sphere Grid run of Final Fantasy X in the future, but I've just been so crazily busy with everything that's been going on, just in general. And the Final Fantasy X auto battle thing turned out to be way different than I expected, in a really good way. And so I didn't want to kind of do like too much overloading of Final Fantasy X on the channel. So once the Final Fantasy X auto battle is finished, then hopefully sometime after that I'll begin doing some live streams of that. So that's generally the plan. Okay, let's just go for it again. Why not? We love FFX though. That's definitely something I've realized. Did you manage to watch the live action Kabuki version of Final Fantasy X? I haven't, not yet. I've seen like little clips from it and stuff, but not the full thing. Has it been uploaded to YouTube? I've definitely seen videos of it, but I don't know if they just literally have the entire like thing up on there. So odd to see Dansg08, yes. Cindy just refuses to auto-life herself. What is wrong? I swear, if pain has been used like 10 times, like 7 or 8 of them have hit Cindy. It's ridiculous. See you later, Chrono. Thanks for hanging out. What's the strat? Too long to explain. Yeah, it took me maybe like over half an hour of patches of talking to explain everything that I've been doing, unfortunately. You'll have to rewind the stream to the first attempt to see it in action. Again, got to dismiss early here because the overdrive's going to charge too much. What's hacked about this game? The fact that we have a sensor available has been hacked. Stats have been hacked. Not stats, the Aeon stats have been hacked. And that kind of thing. This is a save that I kind of prepared specifically for this stream. The strat is to relax. Yeah, yes, that is the strat. This is definitely more of just like a... Should have been a chill out session, but that first attempt was just so insane that I kind of had to focus and it was just going wild. So now we get to a bit more of like the chill side. The mere mortals are nerfed, the summon creatures are doing good, doing god hacks. That is true. Yeah, Riku looks absolutely insane. Auto haste plus ×4. That's what that looks like. Yeah, let's just fire off some dark matters. This attempt I'm not focusing as much as it's already a bad start. It's not that big a deal. Double LL, thanks for joining us as a member. Glad you've been enjoying the content. So let's hedge here. There we go. Last time this happened as well, it ended up being unnecessary, but it can save an attempt. I think Riku's on some fun stuff with how fast she's going. What prep did you do on this save before getting here? It's basically like I looked up my winning attempt from 2011 and basically just recreated the same stats in Final Fantasy Editor. I think this was one of my auto battle saves, and I just put that into Final Fantasy Editor and just gave myself the setup and the stats that I needed. Have you ever had a big recovery from a bad start, or is it a slippery slope? It's definitely a slippery slope, but it's one of these where RNG can kind of... RNG is such a big factor that even after a bad start, if you get even more insane RNG, you can recover from a bad start. And so it just depends. It depends how long you're willing to hang in, but certain things like happen in the battle. Generally, you'll just quit, but for this particular attempt, it's not that important, I think. See you later, Ebran. Thanks for hanging with us. Appreciate that. Oh, KH has joined us as well. Got a flat tire on the way home, so watching this in my car while I wait on my ride. Damn, man. Hope you get that fixed soon. Glad to see you here anyway. I'm just trying to like imagine this scene right now. Just someone with a flat tire just on the way home, sitting, just watching this stream. It's brilliant. Okay. Let's see if we can get this perfect setup. Nope. You see what I mean? The amount of times in the previous attempt where I got this sort of perfect setup before continuing was just crazy. But this time, this is a much more like mere mortal level of RNG. Waka just smacking himself in the face in ×4. Yep, again, Cindy not using auto life on herself. Thank you for that. At least pain didn't hit her for a change. Yeah. Good. And you see the haste not coming as well here. Haste is just very tough to work with. Hoodwinked, thank you for the donation. Excited for Final Fantasy 16. I'm having to take my brother. Sorry, I'm having to take back my PS5 from my brother for it. Like we're kids again. I'm 24. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for it. Very much looking forward to it. It's been so long since we've had like a mainline Final Fantasy entry that's not been like a remake. So if you take Final Fantasy 7 remake out of the equation, it's basically been 7 years. It's just insane. So yeah, of course I'm excited. How can I not be? The only thing that doesn't excite me at this stage is just the gameplay style. As you guys know, I'm such a Final Fantasy X CTB, a bit more old school, wait mode, select moves, that kind of thing. Just seeing that kind of fast and furious action style is pretty much the only thing. But it's something that I've got more accustomed to over time. And if the rest of the elements are good, then I doubt it's going to be that much of a problem for me. So normally in the last attempt when I was doing well, I would have not taken a risk here. And I would have dismissed, but this time let's just take it a little bit riskier and see what happens. There you go. So since I had some auto life, I thought let's just try it anyway. But I've basically pushed the overdrive gauge dangerously high. So if you're seeing this level of overdrive and your characters don't have auto life prepared, then you're going to be in trouble. Let's see. See you, Tanya. Thanks for hanging out with us. I wish Final Fantasy would go back to CTB just one more time. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to think that if they ever remade Final Fantasy X, that would be like one game where they could potentially try it, but I don't know. But yeah, as you guys saw there, that's why I never took the risk in the previous attempt, because the second the overdrive gauge goes beyond 70% or so, you're basically done. So, yeah. So that was much more of a normal attempt. I don't think we even broke 1 million that time. That was not great. So close. Yeah. I mean, technically, even that absolutely wild attempt was not even halfway. Not even half. Ricardo, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. I read rumors that someone at Square said the next Final Fantasy may return to turn-based. They said it's not off the table. One can dream. Would love to see it. But yeah, I think I'll keep it on ×4. It does help keep the attempts flowing a bit quicker. So far it's been 3 million, then less than 1. Yeah, pretty much. CTB is so well ingrained in 10's battle system, more so than the rest of the series. I can't imagine a revamped battle system for Final Fantasy X. Yeah. Obviously I feel the same way, but I'm hugely biased. But I feel like if there's one game where the remake of it, people would be able to kind of, I don't know, suspend their disbelief at the fact that we've got these super realistic graphics, and you just have the enemy kind of sitting there, and our party sitting there, and they're just looking at each other until someone makes a move. Obviously, like their whole kind of strive for action and realism and flowing battle and stuff, it completely wouldn't exist. But if there's a game for which that wouldn't be weird, I think Final Fantasy X is that game. So, of course, I'd love to see it. Chum the Cat, thank you for the membership gift. Appreciate that. Totally forgot this was on today. Well, I'm glad you could make it anyway. Okay, I'm wondering this time, I'm actually going to start with combined powers, because I think we must have got a preemptive strike, I think, because there's a lot of turns here. Basically, when you combine powers, you can kind of increase their motivation stat, I think. So you probably have a bit more chance of getting the moves that you want. So let's go for it. So this is like a free 200,000 damage or so. CTB is great for toy to breaks for the Monster Grid. Yes. I feel like 10 is low on the list of possible remakes. Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, I can't see a Final Fantasy X remake for a while, but what I do know is it will happen someday. Jelly Skelly, love the stream and congrats for 15 years. I want to say I really love and appreciate the passion you put into your Final Fantasy X videos. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Glad you could be here to enjoy this milestone. Okay, let's see if this time, since we've done a what's it called, Delta attack to start, maybe Cindy will play ball. Okay, fine. Cindy's a bit overhyped now, just doing like camisays and shit when I'm trying to get her to help. Yeah, they're a bit gassed up now. Look at that. They're all doing their special moves for me. Wow. Yeah. Strange CTB there. Dark Anima getting 2 turns in a row. And there you go. That's what happens when you don't do the right thing. Yeah, if another Mega Graviton comes, we're already dead. Oof. Over 600 viewers, nice. Yeah, considering that we've been going for this long, I'm very impressed that over 600 people have stuck around. Definitely appreciate that. Of course, we peaked towards the end of like that last attempt where things were going insane, but thank you to everyone that's still been sticking around. That's another hard one to pronounce. I'm going to say Sir Green Dast. Thank you for the donation, appreciate that. I love to see you struggle on my favorite games. You are welcome. That's what I do. I struggle for a living. Let's keep going. I mean, again, if the Maga Sisters basically die before the first overdrive, you can pretty much abandon that attempt, I would say. Yeah, I think this attempt is a dud. Yeah, okay. So we're going to abandon this attempt because the Maga Sister got taken out too quickly there. I heard Bert do a checked impression when he was playing Resident Evil 4 and did I? When? When did I do that? I've been playing and recording so much stuff recently. I don't remember half the stuff I do. What was the line that I said? Do you have a Final Fantasy X save that's always on standby for when? No, I don't. I created this one specifically for this stream after I had the idea. So this was actually my auto battles save, I think, and I just converted it into one of these afterwards. Yeah, as always with the sneaky, cheeky, rude comments. Didn't get the hang of Type 0. Maybe the game just wasn't that great. How about that, Yaz? How about that? Yeah, I mean, I can't say that I loved Type 0 that much. It was too much like mechs and stuff. I just didn't like the general environment and the kind of the boss battles that we had and stuff. Some of the cast was really cool, and some of the fighting styles were really cool. Like even Ace, the cards and stuff was really nice. But overall, I just didn't have that much love for the game. It was good enough, but it felt to me like it's another one of those where on PSP, I think it was probably great, but I played the sort of remastered version on PS4, and to me it doesn't hold up as well. I think it works nice as a PSP kind of experience, but for PS4, it didn't really match up to the other mainline Final Fantasies. So I'd probably say it was one of my least favorites that I've played. Shelldock, thanks for dropping in and hanging out with us on this milestone. Appreciate that. I played it on PS4 on a very big screen. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad they released it for PS4. I mean, it's definitely nice to have that option. Not everyone's going to have like a PSP and that kind of thing, but like, I feel Crisis Core made a better transition to being like a full console game, but that was of course more of a remake, but I think fundamentally it worked better for me. Oh yeah, I'm like, why is everyone so slow again? What's going on? Again, poor start. So I'm hoping this puts like the first attempt into more context, seeing how this is working. This channel should be bigger. Do they not know? They don't, unfortunately, but enough of us do that we're here and we're having a good time. And I get to do this thing for a living, so I'm more than content. Oh, for God's sake, that stupid Thundaga. Again, just more stupidity from the sisters. Terrible. So, like, do as you will, one of the sisters is KO'd and she chooses to auto-life instead of revive the sister. Just ridiculous. So we're still kind of hanging in, but this has been a bad round once again. So you're seeing how hard it is to even just get some kind of momentum in this battle from the start. It's so crushing to try and actually have a good attempt. What is your least favorite Final Fantasy? Honestly, like I say, Type 0 is probably one of my least favorites. I would say I've never played a Final Fantasy game that I would consider bad, like a straight up bad game. I just fundamentally enjoy Final Fantasy enough that it's always been a positive experience, but I think the one I enjoyed the least was Type 0, I would say. And then probably Final Fantasy 13-2. My first run of 13-3. 15 and 10-2. They're probably like the lower tiers, and then anything other than those, I would say, they're like higher tier Final Fantasies, I think. But like I say, even the bottom ones, they're not. I wouldn't call any of them a bad game personally. But I always say about 13-3 that the reason I enjoyed it the least was just because of the way I played it the first time, which I think a lot of people would have done. I always recommend to people, if you're going to play 13-3, even if it's the first time, I'd probably play it with a guide. I really do think you'll get more out of the experience if you do. Sana, thanks for the donation. I've been watching your playthroughs for years now. It's become a daily routine for me. Thanks for the work you put in. Really appreciate that. Thank you for the support, the consistent support for so long. Yeah, Piccadilly knows exactly what I'm talking about. Lightning Return's really cool in the sense it has some of the greatest side quests in the series. It's really underrated, that aspect, and I think they kind of really shot themselves in the foot by giving you that running clock. And for people like me that play without guides, they do the blind run, all that kind of stuff, the kind of stress that creates. Let's just say someone wants to do a side quest, it might end up being something interesting, but you're like, oh shit, am I going to run out of time? Maybe I shouldn't do this, and then you end up losing out on a lot of what makes the game really cool. So that's why once you realize it is very much possible to kind of do everything, then it's like more worth, I think, playing and doing all the side quests and just really being able to enjoy it to the max, I think. Ah, Mike made it. Thank you for the donation, and good to have you here. Appreciate that. Just use the sphere grid. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? Why am I doing this to myself? If you know what you're doing, you can complete almost everything by day 5. Yeah, exactly. But going into the game for the first time, you would have pretty much no clue that that's possible. And so, yeah. The way that the quests kind of string together and help to kind of paint a picture of the world in 13.3, I think is definitely underrated. Definitely underrated. So that's my general recommendation. For 13.3, if you haven't played it before, I would still recommend giving it a go, but do it with a guide so that you know which quest to do when, and like basically have a greater idea of how the time works, and you can play without the stress of wondering whether you should do something or not, or whether you have the time for it, and that kind of thing. Back and Violet is here to cheer you on. That's awesome. Shout out to Real's beautiful baby Violet. Sean, thank you for the donation. Appreciate that. Okay, I'm looking at the chat too much. I've kind of autopiloted the battle right now. I have no idea what's going on. What am I doing? Yeah, okay. Let me quickly finish my water. I've been doing so much talking. It's been so much hype. I need to stay hydrated. So it'll take 20 seconds to get another bottle of water here. Okay, there we go. That's better. Stay hydrated, my friends. And yeah, okay, we're in a good position here. But because we didn't get a very good setup from the first round, it could pretty much go wrong instantly. But we'll see. This is why CTB is superior. Exactly. Oh, Cindy, get out of here. Seriously. Shambolic. Cindy is just completely just ruin this run. Single-handedly. Jonas, can't believe I'm watching this YouTube hero live. Thank you so much. Glad you could be here. Justice, appreciate it. Thank you for joining us tonight. Glad the content has been helpful. But yeah, Cindy's ruined this run, so again, this is another situation where you're going to restart. Any time in which the sisters are dead, the attempt is over. Just got to move on. All these later attempts just to show how lucky the first run was. Yep. In that sense, it's worked out perfectly. Of course, I would have loved to have had more like amazing attempts, even better attempts, but this is the reality of the situation. And this is why the challenge has only ever been done once. And even that was like a once in a lifetime kind of chance. That's why when everyone was like, yeah, like you're going to do it again. I was like, no. Even with pretty amazing RNG, we didn't even get halfway on the first attempt. The first run is always a fluke and then you chase the high. Exactly. Yeah, the Insta Game Over is a mod. There's a mod called Untitled Fantasy X. And if you install that, you can set something up so that you can basically just use the same shortcut as the PS2, and it gives you the instant restart. PR7, thank you for gifting the 5 memberships. We've literally got almost 100 new members from this stream. Absolutely insane. This means that we probably unlock, I mean, we must be unlocking some new emojis. So the chat should be discussing what emojis you'd like to see for use in future live streams and in the 24/7 stream as well. So you guys talk amongst yourselves and decide, and I'll ask my moderator team what the most popular kind of stuff is as I continue to shape up for the next attempt. Dux, thank you for the donation. Appreciate that. Thanks for checking out the stream tonight. But yeah, new emoji launching. So let's decide what we want for that one. All right. I'm seeing Durran. Come on, man. Okay. These days, I feel like she's just taking a break so often that if I do as you will, she's going to do nothing. But this is just the delay on this is pretty high, so I'd rather not do it. Okay, she actually auto-life for once. That's good. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Not Cindy, please. What is it with Dark Anima and attacking Cindy with pain on the first turn? It's happened like 3 times already in these attempts. What the hell? Jay, thank you for the donation. Iggy's recipe emoji, please. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we have the recipe emoji in the moderator Discord, and we do like that one. So that's one of my kind of favorites. So if you guys want the Final Fantasy 15 Ignis emoji, then we can definitely put that in. I want to be a Blitzball kid emoji. That's funny. I don't know if enough people would recognize who that even is. But yeah, we do like the Iggy emoji, and there is a lot of food talk in the streams, so definitely could work. But yeah, this attempt's already kind of gone south because Cindy died way too early. So unless we get lucky and we get a haste, maybe. Nope. Yeah, this is bad. If they watch this channel, they will. Yeah, to be honest, you guys can always teach any newcomers to the community about who the Blitzball Kid is and why they're such a legend. But yeah, Dark Anima's demolished us this time around, unfortunately. Lax, thank you for the donation. And yes, on my YouTube Shorts page, I do have a really funny video of a mod in which you can turn the Blitzballs of the game into the kid who wants to be a Blitzball. Absolutely hilarious stuff. So definitely check out that short. Is really funny. There's literally a mod for everything these days. The Dunk93, appreciate that. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. So can we survive until the overdrive? No, I think it's going to get 2 turns now. Yeah, so this is another attempt gone. Why do people call me Burke? Because that's my name. And well, at the start of every single LP video, basically ever, I say, hey, what's up everybody, how's it going? It's Burke, aka Dansg08. So yeah, it's my name. It's a Turkish name, and that's the reason people call me Burke. I probably could have made it easier for myself by probably including it in the channel's name or something like that, but hey. I stuck to my guns. I'm a stick to your guns kind of guy. I just went with Dansg08 back in the day, and it's been the same ever since. Can we get brother being creepy emoji? Maybe not. We want to kind of avoid creepiness in the community, so I don't want to inspire that kind of shenanigans. But why do they call you Burke and not Burge? That's a better question. So the music completely cuts off. Why is it? Normally the background music should continue. That's odd. Anyway, let's keep rolling. Is Burke pronounced the same in Turkish? Actually, it's not. That's like a story in and of itself, but my parents didn't really know that it would be a name that's difficult to pronounce in English. It seems like it should be very easy, but it's not. It's pronounced Berk. That's how you actually say it. And it's one of these weird kind of words where everyone thinks they can say it, like if you're an English native, and a lot of other nations from around the world, where you think you're saying it correctly, but you're not. And so over time, as a kid, it just got tiring to try to get people to say my name, just keep repeating it. And they just couldn't get it right. So I was just like, you know what, just read it how it's kind of written in English, just say Burke. That's easier, and that's how it's always been. So that's what I tend to go for. But in Turkey, it's pronounced Berk. Nope, Cindy doing her thing, taking a break. Cindy, I hate you. You're an absolute menace. It's a miracle again that we got that first attempt out of her, seriously. Cindy is such a slacker. Seriously. Cindy is a non-believer. At least Mindy is pretty reliable compared to the other two. But then again, Mindy has the easiest job. She just has to attack, basically. These, for Sandy, there's always a lot of trying to get her to use haste. And Cindy, of course, with the auto life, that kind of stuff. Nope. Auto life has just been erased from her AI right now. She's only reviving fallen comrades. She's not doing auto life. Just forget it. Have you lived in Turkey? Yes, I have. I lived in Turkey from 2014 to late 2019. Okay. Did we get a haste there? I think we did. I was looking at the chat. That was a haste, right? It's pre-recorded from 08. Guys, did Sandy just use haste? I didn't see that. If anyone caught it, let me know. I think, based on the CTB, I think she's hasted, right? Okay, haste on herself. Nice. Love the Turkish K sound. Ekmek. Jik Geek 103 followed you for over 10 years on my personal account. You're my favorite YouTuber game to push to start my channel. Appreciate that. Glad it inspired you to get creative and share your passion as well. She did use haste. Okay, we'll do it again then. Nice. Look at this attempt starting to come together a little bit. If only Cindy would do a bloody auto life, maybe we'd actually do something here. There you go. We've made enough progress here that that we're still okay. The only problem is obviously now I can't use haste on Cindy, so that sucks. But hey, double haste is still good. This is really crisp quality for recording from 08. Forte X, thank you for the message, appreciate that. Thank you for chilling with us this evening. Just keep fighting. I think we're going to get a Mega Graviton here. I can feel it. Yeah, I knew it. So again, like there were glimpses of this attempt being good, but it's another bad one, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this is the absolute worst situation because if we dismiss, someone will probably get killed before Oblivion. So I'll show you guys what happens. Actually, no, this actually worked out well. Fine. But still, it's basically attempt over already. Burger's the last digit in pi, he's the end of all things. How do you guys come up with this stuff? Currently doing a Final Fantasy X No Sphere Grid walkthrough on the channel. Love you to bless the stream at some point. That Dansg08 RNG. If you're doing a Dark Anima attempt, do hit me up, especially for that one. I'll try to give you some Dark Anima RNG. That's the one that really needs it. Kurobaro no Majoaki. That's a tough one, but thank you for sticking around and enjoying the stream. I will see you around. Will you ever do a Tidus only run on the channel? Probably not. Who knows, but unlikely, I would say. Yeah, it's just some... Is Tidus only hard? It depends what other restrictions you have as well. It's probably very difficult at the start, but once you kind of allow yourself to power level and stuff like that and really get across that sphere grid, probably not too bad. I have to say you've been calm during these runs. I am calm about most things. It's just how I roll. Consider doing some kind of challenge with the P-Birdman mod. Probably not. There's just so many other challenges to do that I wouldn't want to do the P-Birdman mod right now, I think. So yeah, this attempt is gone again. Honestly, I'm looking into doing a non-Final Fantasy X Final Fantasy challenge. I've never done one on the channel, really. So, actually, well, I did do a Final Fantasy 13 challenge back in like 2010 or something. But I am looking to do more, especially obviously after the auto battle blew up so much. It kind of reignited that old school Dansg08 challenge run kind of energy. So I'm definitely looking to do some more challenge stuff once auto battle's finished on the channel. Read your No Sphere Grid Penance comments on GameFAQs years ago. Yeah, No Sphere Grid Penance is, at this stage, is pretty much definitely impossible. I've definitely tried to like give it a go in the past, and I'm pretty much 100% convinced now that it is impossible. It's not even, I don't think it's even theoretically possible. I think it is just impossible. Unless I see something to the contrary, I'm pretty convinced on that. Only attempt 5 after 2 hours. Wow, that goes to show how epic that first attempt was. I thought I'd get through like 20 attempts easy, 30 attempts maybe. But of course I have been looking at the chat and stuff a lot too, but still. Final Fantasy 15 Pitios. Honestly, I was actually thinking of doing like a one-off video for the Pitios dungeon. But I lost, I'm pretty sure I've lost all of my saves from Final Fantasy 15. It has been like 6-7 years. I couldn't find them, and so I couldn't be bothered. If I had my old saves and I could get to Pitios like relatively quick, I would have potentially given it a go. There we go, nice. Yeah, I mean, at the end of my original No Sphere Grid Anima video from 2011, I did beat it with Zanmato afterwards, of course. I mean, as the first person to ever get that far, I wasn't going to let, like, penance stand in my way of completing the challenge. Wanted to ask what some of your favorite Final Fantasy tracks are and what your favorite Final Fantasy X track is. That's tough, man. That's too tough a question. That's just too tough. Like even right now, I'm on like a Final Fantasy 3 hype. Like the Final Fantasy 3 soundtrack has been so damn good that I've been enjoying that. Like Eternal Wind, Boundless Ocean, like even some of the boss themes and stuff. I think overall I've had this discussion a few times, but I would say Final Fantasy 8 is probably still my favorite. I think it is the best soundtrack of the series, followed by 10. I think that's generally where I'm at. Thank you for the 3rd donation, appreciate that so much. Consider giving Waka a +30 magic weapon, he can survive Mega Graviton after. I could, but some of his other stuff is potentially useful. So I'd have to check, but maybe. See you later, Rhoda, thanks for joining us, appreciate the donation as well. Take care. Correct answer is the Seymour boss fight music from Inside Sin. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one of the best. But there's just so many, man. Like, every time I listen to the Final Fantasy X soundtrack, I find something that just hits different. Like, Braska's Daughter, I freaking love that track. It's just so good. But it wasn't one that, if you asked me like 5 years ago, I probably wouldn't have said much about it. But in more recent times, that's been one of the ones I like the most. It's just so nice. But yeah, overall, I think Final Fantasy VIII is just so... It just feels so kind of inventive, creative, epic, unique, interesting, chill, atmospheric, whatever. Like it's got it all. I think like across the entire soundtrack, I just think it's special. It's really something else, that soundtrack. Yeah, tomorrow I literally playing through Final Fantasy 3 right now. I did add a few tracks to my Spotify, like Final Fantasy 3 soundtrack. It really surprised me with how good it was. And yeah, I can imagine Final Fantasy 14 as well. I'm hoping to hear some goodness from Soken. I've heard a lot of great things as a result of 14 fans. I do have, I think, one track from Final Fantasy 14 that I randomly came across. I've never kind of actively researched Final Fantasy 14 tracks, but I think it was like Walking Sands or something. I was looking for something to listen to in the background while I was like writing for a project, and it was on like a Final Fantasy playlist on Spotify, and I really liked it, so I've been listening to that a bit as well. See you later, Papa Delta, thanks for joining us, appreciate that. Yeah, Oran's theme is always one of my all-time favorites. Like walking through like a town or like a city or something when the sun's a bit low in the sky with like Oran's theme playing, for me that's just magical. Really is good. Yeah, Memories of Waves, another amazing track. Just too many, man, just too many. It's really like impossible to decide. Okay, let's dismiss. I've definitely been autopiloting these attempts a little bit, just vibing with you guys in the chat. Grant Stewart, thanks for the donation. And thank you for being a part of the memories. Hopefully we'll be making many more over the years. Jit Geek, see you later. Thanks for the support. And yeah, like I said, when you're doing No Sphere Grid Anima, hit me up. I'll definitely try to pop in and show some love. Oh yeah, Via Purifico, a classic as well. The only annoying thing for me is that, especially the older Final Fantasy tracks, they're so short on Spotify, and that kind of annoys me. So like I think it was Boundless Ocean or Eternal Wind on Spotify, and it's like 1 minute 20 long, so I can't like enjoy it like the others. It's just too short, and so I don't want to kind of just loop one track. But they don't really have extended versions on Spotify, which is a bit frustrating. And just having like a 1 minute 20 track and then just skips to the next one, I can't like fully spend enough time enjoying it, I think, which is a bit of a shame. What are we doing here? Let's... Can't wait for the 20-year celebration where cosplays tired us. Yeah, I've never cosplayed before. There's always a first time. It's just something that's never really interested me much, but you never know. Right time, right place, right thing could happen. If I did, I'd have to try and cosplay Auron, I think, though. It just has to be. It's the Dansg08 thing to do. Lad Aussie, good morning from Australia. There are some great lo-fi rooms to Final Fantasy X. Yeah, 100%. Good luck with the run today. Appreciate that. Yeah, on the channel I collaborated with a really cool music producer who made some awesome Final Fantasy X lo-fi tracks, and I provided some background visuals for it. So you can definitely check out Final Fantasy X lo-fi Dansg08. I'm sure it will appear somewhere on the tubes. Does Walker even have his trio Quad 9? I haven't been paying attention. Honestly, at this stage, it doesn't matter. Does anyone know if he still has his trio after I used it? Did I use trio? Like I say, I've been autopiloting. I've been checking the chat like 90% of the time now. We've already had our like big, great attempt. Cosplay Lulu. Yeah, I'm not sure you guys want to see that. Yacht V, see you later. Thank you for joining us tonight on this big stream. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't think Walker has anything. I'm just going to wait. Yeah, and never underestimate what your followers / community is willing to see from you. I sometimes learn that the hard way. But yeah, if I ever do cosplays, it's a lot more likely to be Auron than Lulu. Tanya, thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out. Hope to see you again in the future. Appreciate hanging out with us. YouTube recommended your auto only, and I found a new love for Final Fantasy X. Awesome. On part 45 of your 100% at the moment. Really appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying that series. It's old but gold. Oh shit, I changed the wrong weapon. That was an accident. Could you imagine how many belts? Yeah, I'd probably ask like a belt donation. Everyone from around the world would have to send their belts so I could use them for a Lulu cosplay. Probably just do this again. Cosplay Kimari. Yeah, that would be a super fun one. I think if I was like a legit cosplayer, I think cosplaying Kimari would be kind of dope. Cosplay as Leon. Yeah, that's a relatively easy one, I would say. I don't think it's too hard to cosplay as Leon. I could do that. Carl Jones, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out on the stream. I will see you for the next one. Opens a PO box, gets inundated with belts. I could actually see that happening. What other RPG series would you want to bring to the channel? I always promise people that I would play Kingdom Hearts. That will happen in the future once I'm done with Final Fantasy. Like the mainline series anyway, like 1 to 16 basically. So that will happen. I'll play at least Kingdom Hearts 1. I do want to try it. Like I feel like I owe it to the fandom, because like so many people love that game and there's such a big crossover between Final Fantasy fans and Kingdom Hearts fans that I've got to at least give it a go. And so I will do that. And other than that, Chrono Trigger I would love to play. So Chrono Trigger is something I'd love to do for the channel. Again, after Final Fantasy is done. That's another one. Legend of Dragoon, I've been told about endlessly, so I'd love to give that a try as well. And so we'll definitely be doing some different JRPGs once the main sort of Final Fantasy adventure is over. Some Guy, thank you Some Guy, appreciate the donation. YouTube this Final Fantasy 11 song. If anyone ever finds like super cool tracks that you want me to listen to that you think I might not have heard, you can always hit me up on Twitter. What the hell? 50 memberships? Oh my god. Princess, thank you so much. Princess just wants to make the entire chat go green. Holy shit. All of the lurkers getting exposed right now as well. Oh my god. Wow. You are welcome, community. That's a giant donation. Thank you so much. Princess out here acting like royalty. Wow. It's just like the chat's been spammed with gifted a membership. My god. It's still going. Sheesh. Thank you so much. Yeah, especially people that have been gifted all these memberships, man. You've got to start hanging out in the 24/7 stream. That way you get to use your membership perks all the time. You get to have the green name in chat, you get the badges, and you get to use the cool emojis as well. So don't let it go to waste. Actually put it to good use and hang out with us in the 24/7 stream as well, because the fun never ends on there. It's still going. The chat is still going. That's hilarious. But yeah, that's another attempt to come to an end, unfortunately. Yeah, unlucky. Anyone who hasn't received a membership, unfortunately, there's still almost 600 people here. And I'm not sure how many of them are members at this point. I can't tell. I can only see new members. But yeah, if you haven't received one, that is unfortunate. But hopefully in a future stream gifting. New idea for a Final Fantasy X challenge run. You play normally, but you have to do commentary in a high pillow voice. Yeah, not gonna happen. A high pillow voice is fun when you kind of do it like offhand and you do it randomly, like a line here or there. If you try to speak like that for like hours on end, it'll be very difficult to do, and I think it'll get annoying very quickly. I think it might be fun for like a minute or two, but I can't imagine a playthrough like that. The gifts just keep on coming, man. Wow. Thank you, James, so much. I'm struggling to focus on the attempts right now. There's just too much going on in the chat. Like I say, these streamers, man, that pull in these big audiences regularly, I have no idea how they manage all this stuff. For me, it's exhausting. Like, in a good way, it's exhausting because obviously I'm trying my best to sort of play, interact with you guys, try to keep track of everything, but to do this for like hours and hours a day, multiple days a week, it's just crazy. Meanwhile, Cindy's still not doing what she should be doing. Cindy's just been an absolute rebel in this session. The one time she pulled it together, we did over 3 million damage, so... See you later, James. Thank you so much. James, the future Hall of Famer. See you later. Big streamers have mods that help. Shots fired, Dansg08 moderator team. Where's my help? I'm just kidding, my moderator team is great. I only have as many mods as I have people I can trust. When was the last time you guys saw a haste? Has not happened in a while. I can't believe you trust me. I just wanted to use the quote, I don't trust anyone. It's all lies. Lies, forget them. Full life, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh. That's your downfall, I'm not trustworthy. Don't let my Eagle Scout status tell you otherwise. Yeah, like I say, joke's on you guys, I don't trust anyone. Mike gifting the memberships too. It's been an absolutely insane day for memberships, it really has. We've got some work to do. Me and the moderator team, mods, anyone that's here from the channel, we're going to have to figure out multiple new emojis, I think. So you guys are going to have to help kind of get the ideas and help me to decide which ones we're going to go for, because we can probably have multiple new emojis at this stage. It's been absolutely crazy on the membership gifting front. Absolutely. I mean, I think we pretty much doubled our members in like one session. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, white font people are going to be sticking out. So yeah, you know what that means, white font people. It's at this stage it really is the majority are green or blue. What the hell? Absolute madness. But yeah, I think we should have a dark anima emoji to kind of commemorate. We do have a dark anima emoji in the Discord, the moderator Discord as well. But like I say, I think we can have multiple at this stage, so we should definitely go for it. Oh, come on, guys. Come on now. There we go. Yeah, it's actually cooler to be white font now than green. They're the cool kids now. Sorry, guys. Samaraith, glad you've enjoyed the channel. Yeah, time to go. But Cindy's just been getting taken out way too early in these more recent attempts. It's a shame. YouTube needs to step up their stream chat game. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, I think YouTube must still be behind Twitch in that regard, but it's amazing. The other day I was saying to like the mod team as well, YouTube's general ability to cover so much of the entire spectrum when it comes to video content is absolutely insane. Like, you've got everything from shorts all the way to 24/7 streams, and it tries to do it all. And obviously it can't do it all perfectly, but the fact that it can offer so many different experiences on one platform and do them all relatively well, I still think it's a massive achievement. So got to give credit where it's due. But yeah, definitely, I mean, there's areas where they could do better for sure. Yeah, like choosing who you gift a membership to, I think is probably something they should be doing. I think that could get a bit frustrating in terms of like people coming in and just starting to beg people to gift them a membership. That could get really annoying, I think. The fact that they are kind of semi-randomized, I think, is a little bit better in some ways as well, because it's just whoever, you know, the YouTube RNG decides to give them to, as opposed to asking. But obviously being able to choose who you gift them to has obvious perks too, so I don't know. I've been on Twitch for years and I still think YouTube is more user-friendly. Way fewer ads, more functional stream UI. See you later, Jelly. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I try to not run any ads on the live streams. I mean, you guys donate so much anyway, I don't need to try and make a few like extra bucks from ads during the stream. It's not. I literally upload videos every day and there's ads on them, so I think I prefer people to have a much smoother viewing experience, and it's not like I do these live streams that often anyway, so I definitely prefer them to be ad-free. Okay, that was a good move. Thank you, Cindy. Too much pain at the moment, man. and again went for Cindy, but not this time. Good job. One more time. Ah, not on herself though. See you later, Miller. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. We'll be seeing you around. I never have problems with a YouTube play, but Twitch freezes on me often. Okay, at least we're getting some people defending YouTube as well here. Shiro, thanks for gifting the membership. 170 new members, by the way, guys. Crazy. Did you get the Soldier DLC outfit for Lightning, and if yes, what did you think? I think I did. I had all of the DLC ones, no? It's been a while, but I think I did. I thought they all looked really cool, to be honest. But interesting that people saying that the YouTube ads are less invasive. I don't spend that much time on Twitch, I'll be honest. I don't really watch on Twitch unless it's like personal friends that are streaming on there that I want to actually just watch. It's not something I generally do, but it's interesting people have mentioned that. How feasible is it to really do this? Like I say, the challenge has existed for over 20 years and it's only ever been done once, 12 years ago. So you make your own mind up on how feasible it is. How do I feel about live streaming? It's just, for me, live streaming it's like, it's not something that I'm naturally a good fit for. And that's why when I do live stream, I pretty much always do Final Fantasy X, because I don't think I'm good enough at multitasking to try to stream like more like stuff I have to be much more focused on while trying to kind of maintain the chat. And I feel like if I just basically ignore the chat the whole time, there's kind of no point of streaming in the first place. And also I've always been very kind of like strict, I guess, on like when I am playing a game, especially for the first time, I want to have like as immersive a one-on-one experience as I can. So I just can't imagine playing a new game for the first time and literally having hundreds of people there, lively chat, trying to kind of interact with people on there, you know, all of the potential spoilers, backseating, this, that, the other. It's just not a good fit for me, I think. And so it's almost guaranteed that you won't see me like LPing a new game in live stream format. I just don't think it will happen. But like for games like this and situations like this, it really doesn't matter. So like a playthrough of Final Fantasy X, again, because of the CTB system, I can literally just take a break whenever I want and just interact with the chat. I know the game inside out, and so it's not really that big a deal. But for new games and for like regular stuff, it's just it's not really my part of my interest. It's very lucrative for content creators, definitely, but it's whatever. I mean, I stick to what I enjoy and what I think suits me better, so that's how it will remain. But in general, I am looking to live stream more in the future. I think you should eventually do a history of Final Fantasy. It could bring together your love of Final Fantasy and being a filmmaker. To be fair, maybe, but I think Final Fantasy Union is working on something, and they're very well, again, they're a very good fit for that type of content. They've got like a History of Square series that they started, and I think now they're officially working on a History of Final Fantasy series, and they're the best people for that kind of content. Like Daryl's an incredibly dedicated researcher and scriptwriter, and they do wonderful work. So I think for me, I don't think I could do something better than what they're doing. I could, of course, offer my own take on it, but in general, I think I would prefer to do other things, I think. Yeah, Final Fantasy Union's already released the book, and I actually feature in the book. They asked me to write a little feature on Final Fantasy X, so I'm in it as well. I'm not sure if they have any books left at this point, but yeah, they have released a book. It's really, really good. It's basically like a compendium of every single Final Fantasy game ever released, and there's like 150 something of them or something like that. and it's really, really fun. But in the future, I would say I'm more likely to, once I've done like Final Fantasy 1 to 16, let's say in like a year and a half time, something like that, then it kind of opens up the opportunity for lots of new content, because now I can finally start to make like lists, for example. So I've never made list videos really, like, you know, let's say which Final Fantasy is the best, what are the best boss battles, which ones have the best soundtracks, which one has the best cast, whatever it might be. I mean, there's endless things that you could do for lists, and the reason I've never done them before is because I haven't played all of the game. So it kind of feels a bit silly to try to do a list of Final Fantasy stuff when there's so much of the series you still haven't played. So once that's done, then I think I'll be asking the community as well, what kind of lists do you want to see? And so then I'll be making some different content as well, now that I have the entire Final Fantasy story completed on the channel. Taylor, thank you for the big donation. Thank you so much. Congrats on 15 years. First super chat here, but I've been enjoying your streams videos for a couple of years now. Just got off work. Sorry if you already talked about this, but what are your thoughts on Final Fantasy 16? Are you looking forward to anything in particular? Yeah, it has been a while since I mentioned it, so... But, yeah, in general, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Thing I'm looking forward to least is the gameplay. The gameplay doesn't particularly excite me at this point, but I am interested in like the storytelling and the world and the cast, and the fact that we have like these the summons of the game being so directly linked to like the cast and the story. I think that's going to be something that's going to be very interesting for me, and so yeah, that's the aspect of it that I'm probably looking forward to most, and I'm hoping it's going to be like a story and a world that I really enjoy. So like, imagine Final Fantasy 12 but with a better story. If it can do something like that, then it's already going to be up there as like, you know, one of the top sort of top 5, top 7 Final Fantasies of all time. And so that would already be a strong kind of return after Final Fantasy 15, which was a lot more polarizing, I guess. So yeah, that's my general like where I stand on it for now. It's kind of weird seeing game over with all the party members still alive. Yeah. For this mod, that's the only way they can make it work with a quick reset, so that's why it has to work like that. David Kinsella, your LPs are the best out there. Thank you so much. Glad you're enjoying them. Are you familiar with New Frame Plus, channel by Dan Floyd, game animator? They've got a series going on about the history of Final Fantasy animation. Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. I'm not familiar with it. That's the kind of stuff where if you guys see stuff like that, just tag me on the social medias so I can see them. Should be able to. Do drop me a follow on Twitter or Instagram under Dansg08 if you want to interact with me on there. Dan Pollard, thank you for the gift. Yeah, the Final Fantasy 16 summon designs are definitely very cool looking. Recently on social media again, what is she doing? What has Cindy been smoking this session? Seriously, just instead of auto life, she's just firing off like Curagas. What the hell? Wow. But yeah, what I was gonna say, yeah, Cindy's just been the bane of my life. They've released artworks for the summons in the game, and they look really, really cool. We appreciate that. Ah, Tyler's in the stream. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate that. Definitely follow Tyler on Twitter under the not Twitter, sorry, Instagram under the same name. He's a very talented artist that does awesome Final Fantasy artwork as well, that I'm sure a lot of you guys will enjoy. But yeah, Cindy again has pretty much ruined this attempt already, but the haste did come in. It's always after Cindy's dead. It's like it's kind of too little too late, but let's just hang in there and see what happens. Okay. Ah, working on Final Fantasy 16 art. Of course, Tyler, being the shrewd businessman that he no doubt is, knows what's hype right now. If I was an artist, I'd be working on Final Fantasy 16 content too. King Philly Man, appreciate that. It's 15 years, I don't know if it's a typo, but yeah, 15 years. And glad the channel has been helpful. Also, yeah, good point there from Real Deal. Anyone that's been in the chat for a while and you've seen all of the membership gifting and you haven't received one, something we discovered more recently is that, honestly I didn't even know this was a thing, but there's something called brand accounts. If you have a brand account, then I believe you can't be gifted memberships. I'm not sure why or how it works or anything like that, but that's something that you need to consider. So if you really want a membership, you want to be eligible to receive one, and you're on a brand account, then I believe you can't receive one. So it's something you should check out. The Z-Tig, thank you for joining us, appreciate that. You also have to turn gifting on. Mine made me click allow. Yeah, so definitely do a little bit of digging just to see what the options are for receiving gifts. Cindy, what is she doing? This brand effect keeps screwing me. I can't sign on TV either. I might remake it, but I had... Yeah, so for people who've had an account for a long time and it's a brand account, you don't want a secondary account, it's definitely a pain. I can see that happening, but it is what it is, unfortunately. For now, at least. Maybe it's something that changes later, but I don't know. What type of account? I'm saying brand with a B. A brand account. Like I say, I don't even know how you really create one or how it really works, but I remember Real Deal talking about it. So Real Deal has a brand account, and that's why he's never been gifted a sub, unfortunately. Benjamin, thank you for the donation. Love the content. Been binging Final Fantasy 3. 2 and 1 next. Yeah, you betcha. Final Fantasy 2 and 1 after 3. After 3, there will be a little break most likely before Final Fantasy 16. Then we'll do 16, and then Final Fantasy 2 after 16. But yeah, if Real Deal is around in the chat, then he might be able to offer a bit more insight into this whole brand account business, because, like I say, I'm not too familiar with it, unfortunately. How much damage have we done? I haven't even checked. Oh, almost 1 million. Okay, that's something. Like I say, it's hard to even get over that first million, man. Do you know about Final Fantasy Mystic Quest? I've definitely heard about it, but I can't say I know too much about it. Yeah, okay, so Kryko in chat says mine's a brand account. That's a shame. Would you consider doing a series for the main story quest in 14? Increasingly, I am considering it, because more and more over time it's become like you can experience it more like single player too, and we'll see. Like I do have some personal friends, like my mod, Indubitable Wordsmith, who's a Final Fantasy 14 god, and if he's willing to join me and kind of hold my hand through the process, maybe like in the more distant future, not anytime soon, but in the more distant future, I could give Final Fantasy 14 a run, especially if I have a couple of friends with me. So if I can just basically do it like a small co-op and not have to play it like full-on MMO kind of mode, then that might kind of convince me to give it a go. But we'll see. Surgeon and Josh are on the same server, yeah. So maybe with some of you guys too. So we'll see how it goes. Not making any promises, but it's something that is on my radar for the long-term future. Yeah, Josh just needs to run like some kind of Final Fantasy 14 school where he basically takes us all through the game. That haze just not coming. Okay, that's enough. If you like fighting games, unfortunately I don't. That's one of the reasons I didn't like Dissidia. I didn't have too much interest in that one. Just the gameplay style just doesn't really suit me. After seeing your challenge run, I could see you attempt the Final Fantasy X speedrun. Honestly, maybe I will do. One of the reasons I never did until this point was because obviously the run is just so long, and I just didn't want to kind of repeat all of that stuff and just basically just deal with that. But since there's the cutscene skipping mod, the runs are so much shorter now. They're like 3.5, 4 hours or something like that, and so it might be a good idea. So I wouldn't say I would like seriously attempt it, but it might be like a like I could just do it once just to see how it goes and how the process works, and I'd maybe like to make a video about it, just to sort of explain how the run works once I learn a little bit more about it. So yeah, I might make some speedrun content in the future, we'll see. The chilled vibe you have with games is much more suitable for live streaming for grown-ups. Yeah, it's funny you say that, because usually my day-to-day life, when I talk to people about like what I do and that kind of stuff, especially like with more middle-aged people and stuff like that, they obviously when you tell them that you're like a gamer and you do like gaming content and that kind of thing, they always assume that your audience is young. You know, they're like, oh yeah, you know, my kids love watching gaming stuff on their iPad or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, it's not quite like that. And like when I looked at the channel analytics recently, I think, what was it, like 87% I think are between the age of 24 and 45, something like that. So yeah, in general I do have a more mature crowd here, and that's probably part of why I enjoy it so much. I mean, there's people that are of a similar age to me, and so I can kind of just, we have more shared life experience, we can connect a little bit more, and see that the numbers are coming through in chat. Look at that. So yeah, it doesn't lie. So yeah, if you're in your like 30s, late 30s even, and you're feeling a little bit old, you're in good company. There's most of the community is of a similar age. So you guys still got it, don't worry. And again, it is kind of funny for me because I started when I was 16. So I started making content when I was 16, and here I am, like 31, going on 32, hanging out with a bunch of 30-somethings. Time flies, man. I don't know. But yeah, it's one of the more interesting aspects of the channel. So that's why things run a little bit differently on this channel than they do maybe on some others in the gaming space. But it is, of course, a lot to do with, you know, the kind of games that I play, maybe the style that I have, that kind of thing. So yeah, it does draw in a particular crowd, and you're seeing it manifest here. And so especially I think if you are like one of the younger people here, I think that's also especially cool, because you're ahead of the curve. Kryko, welcome to the Shoe Puff Riders. All aboard, yes? But you had a brand account, so how did that work? I thought like, so I guess you can't be gifted one, but you can become one still. That's probably how it works. Jacob, thanks for dropping by. Good to see you. Nah, we've only got 2 auto life people, so I can't summon again. Yeah, it's another attempt that's not going that great. We've almost broken past 1 million damage. But not quite. Let's just summon anyway. What the hell? I'm the youngest looking 31-year-old you will ever see. I'm a babyface. After a certain age, I feel like maybe being a babyface isn't the best thing. How do you feel about it? Do you like looking very young at 31? I feel like, especially once I got towards like 30, if you ask me right now, would you like to look 23? I think I'd say no. I wouldn't mind looking like 28. But 23, I feel like no. I prefer looking closer to my age. So maybe it becomes this thing where maybe later, when you're like 48, you want to look 38. But I think when you're 30, I don't think you want to look 20. I don't know. Probably different for everybody, of course, but that's probably how I feel. I haven't given it that much thought, but yeah. I'd like to feel like I'm 23. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, all of the young-looking people flexing in the chat now. as another attempt comes to an end. Yeah, beards make a big difference, man. Beards make a big difference. This attempt is dead. It's the same for me. I think if I shave my beard, I would look instantly like 3 to 5 years younger, I think. I wish my knees and back were younger. Yeah, I hear you. I wondered if you planned on going back to Ragnarok. Yes, I am planning to go back, but it's just been so busy. I really haven't had a window in which to do that. Once Resident Evil 4 Remake is done and Final Fantasy 3 Pixel Remaster is done, they might both be, well, they will. Resident Evil 4 Remake will definitely be done next week. And then Pixel Remaster will probably be done before Final Fantasy 16. So I might have a little bit of time. And I'd like to do Ragnarok potentially, like the extra stuff that I didn't do. So we'll see. I'm Saitama, so yeah. Yeah, I've lost my hair on the top of my head, my crown. Unfortunately, my crown is gone, but it is what it is. I always knew it would happen. But yeah, that's one of the things that definitely makes you look older, unfortunately. There's not too much you can do about it. Just wear a cap and shave the beard, and you can fool people that you're 5 years younger until you take the cap off. You still a king. Thank you. Yeah, I do feel a little bit sorry for people that lose their hair and can't grow a beard as well. Like, that's a bit of a bad combination, I have to say. I'm lucky that I can grow a beard, and so most of the time my head's shaved and I just have my beard. Sometimes I grow it out just to kind of remember the good old days. It's at the stage where, like, when I look in the mirror head on, I can't see the bald patch. So I kind of just pretend it doesn't exist for a while. And then after a little while, I get bored of it. And I'm just like, you know what? Nah, let's just shave it all off. And so I kind of chop and change between growing out what's left of my hair and then just completely shaving it off. Straight Cat, been lurking for years now. So you will actually want to send some good vibes. Appreciate that. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for the good vibes. Could never have too much of that. I just get little chin stubbles and a moustache. It looks ridiculous. Oh man. Yeah, I think if it was a choice of like, you can't grow a beard at all versus can't grow hair, I'd probably still prefer to grow the beard, especially like in more recent times, like the last maybe 10 years or something. Like, beards have definitely gone back in fashion more than they used to be. So I think it's better at the moment. Tom Pedden, thank you for joining us, and thank you for the nice vibes as well. Glad you've been enjoying the content and it's helped. Oh, look at that haste. Look at that haste. Oh, not Cindy again. This haste, pain, Cindy, like, auto life combination has just been horrible. Yeah, this attempt is probably not going to be so great once again, but we'll see. Let's see if we can get another haste. We can. Okay. There's a Pasado. Whenever Cindy gets buff, to be honest, the amount of times that she's been hit with the first pain as well. Yeah, this is a bad run again. So yeah, in that sense, I am glad you guys have got to see a lot more perspective here on just how crazy that first attempt was. Yeah, this attempt's gone as well, unfortunately. Anyone have a Tom Selleck moustache or a Steve Hart? No. My moustache is a little bit weaker than the rest of my beard, but I wouldn't rock a moustache. Sometimes I kind of, when I go from a longer beard to like stubble, I do leave the moustache for a little bit to see, and it's absolutely hideous. It wouldn't happen. I can't pull it off. Was wondering how you actually win this. You guys will have to, anyone who is wondering how I actually won, you'll have to just type in No Sphere Grid Anima onto YouTube and check out my video from 2011 and see how much of a miracle run I had in defeating it. Barbo, welcome to the stream, good to see you. Twice in a lifetime, actually. I wish. Yeah, I might just have to do like No Sphere Grid Anima attempts now and then. Just stream these attempts. Maybe I get lucky a second time, and you guys can be there for the epic moment. I haven't started going bald, but my crown's definitely thinned out in my 20s. Yeah, that's when it started for me. I think by the time I got to about 28, 29, my crown had got very thin, and I would say like I had a legit bald patch by the time I was like 29, 30, I think, unfortunately. So it lasted fairly long. I outlasted both of my uncles and my dad on that front. They were properly bald by the time they were like 30, basically. Did not think I'd be talking this much about hair and baldness on this particular stream. But now that like the excitement of the first crazy run is over, I think we can just it's kind of devolved into banter now, which is kind of what I was hoping for anyway. How many attempts are you in? Honestly, I don't know. The chat probably kept better track than I did. Yeah, we're going to have some kind of bald emoji or something, because we can have a whole bunch of emojis now. Sid emoji then. Yeah, you know what? I could do the Final Fantasy X Sid emoji where he's got that kind of crying face. That is one of the most hilarious faces of the entire series for me. His facial expression there is like, it's supposed to be an emotional moment, but it's absolutely hilarious. That's a good one. I think I could go for that. Crying Sid face, yeah. That's a great suggestion, thank you. Mods, make note of that. We've got to make it happen. Crying Sid, yes. I'm just literally just imagining his face and just laughing right now. Oh man. The final showdown with Sheen. Come on, Cindy, do something good. Thank you. That was good. I can't complain about that. There you go. Come on. Normal attack. Ugh! Yeah. Well, you're awfully calm about it. He just has so many great quotes as well. Love that guy. See if we can get it. Yep. Yeah, the stream has been a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It's made it a very special 15th anniversary. Really appreciate that. We will be doing another anniversary in the future. We've got the 24/7 stream's 5th anniversary as well. But that one is going to be pretty close to the release of Final Fantasy 16. And it's been a bit too busy, too much going on. And so with that one, I'm probably going to do it in August, which is when I kind of switched over to the full time. So the stream started in June 2018, but I switched to like the proper server in August. So it will give me a little bit of breathing space. So I'll probably do like the anniversary in August, and I'll ask you guys if you have any ideas for the 24/7 anniversary. Yesterday was my birthday. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday, Barbo. Thanks for joining us. Gotta dismiss. I almost autopiloted and used a move there. Wow. Sheesh. Okay. Did anyone ever find out where that can came from? No, I don't think anyone ever shared anything with me on that. So in case anyone's wondering what Princess is talking about, we did I think it was last year's stream, right, where I showed you guys the prototype version of Final Fantasy X, and there were like debug rooms and that kind of thing, and we found these weird like you could scroll through models that were used in the game, and one of them was for this can or something, and we were all wondering like, what the hell is this can? Where did it come from? And I remember asking the chat like, we need to find out the story of this can. And I don't think anyone ever found it in the game. I think what I did was I asked people if you remember seeing it in the game or if anyone's ever come across it, and I don't think it was used in the game, something like that. So yeah, the can mystery goes on. If anyone ever finds the can in the game, I'll have to like create a bounty or something. I had someone recently on Instagram DM me about like, oh my god, I found Duran. And they were convinced that they found Duran, but unfortunately it wasn't the case. Now, might as well just do more damage here. How much damage did we do? Not that much. It's so hard to gain momentum. Someone needs to mod the can in place of tires. I mean, if they can mod the Blitzball into that kid's head, anything is possible. If anyone comes across more of these like weird and wacky Final Fantasy X mods, definitely share them with me. David, thanks for joining us on the stream. See you later. Ginger Rail Games, thanks for joining us. Better late than never. You missed the epic first attempt that I had. If you are interested in the battle itself, you should definitely check the beginning of the stream. At some point we had a pretty crazy first attempt that I think you'll enjoy. Okay. Imagine Sin sucking up the can in the intro, just screams bloody murder. You're doing it like Elden Ring, first attempt was good, not so much afterwards. Yeah, pretty much. That is just the lore of gaming. Will you continue with Auto Battle? Yeah, coming out tomorrow. So anyone that's waiting for more Final Fantasy X Auto Battle, I've got more for you. It's coming out tomorrow evening, most likely. So do look out for that, and please continue to show that series some love. It's been epic, and there's still some really cool stuff to come before I move on to the next challenge. I definitely know there's some Auto Battle fans in the chat. That series has been a blast. But if Elden Ring is an example, we'll make it after around 700 attempts. Also true. Have you learned anything new doing Auto Battle? Probably yes, like nothing I could immediately say off the top of my head, but there must have been something. It forced you to play in such a different way that there must have been something. How long will you be streaming for? I'm not sure. It was such an intense like first hour and a half that I feel like I've streamed for like 6 hours already. It's been just over 3 hours now, I think. So probably about another half an hour tops, I think, unless I get a really good attempt in which I'll stick around. But I would say probably about half an hour, maybe like 3 more attempts after this one. Titus solo Auto Battle grinding for yeah, I'm not even sure if that one is possible. We'd have to see. Virtual Bunksy, appreciate it. Go 15 attempts, 15 years. How many attempts has it even been? I don't think we're even at, are we at like 10 yet? I bought a Vita recently for another console to play Final Fantasy X on. Good choice. I think I lost my Vita. I'm really annoyed. I'd been taking it a lot on like travel and stuff, and I think I finally lost it. I had it for like 9 years, and it made a lot of journeys with me, but I think I've lost it. When I'm ready, I'll probably go on the hunt for another one. I love the Vita too much. Yeah, it's been such a wild stream. I don't blame any of you guys for losing count of how many attempts it's been. It has been a lot. Oh, Mando, thank you for joining us. Glad you've been lurking. Appreciate the viewership. Let's just... I decided to take it easy on this round. I wasn't convinced I'd be able to cover the Oblivion. I want to teal PSP. That would look super cool. I think, isn't there like a Final Fantasy X edition PS Vita? Does something like that exist? I think it does, right? Maybe I should like save up to get one of those. Cannoli Queen, thank you for the support. I just started playing Nier Automata last weekend. Is it me, or is hard mode or hard mode is hard? Anyone else agree? Yeah, I think one of the only criticisms I had of Nier Automata was that I couldn't sometimes find a good balance for difficulty for that game. Like the medium, the difficulty below hard, whatever it was called, it felt quite easy, and then hard, like it felt like it got too hard. So I think I struggled a little bit to find the balance. So yeah, I think I probably feel the same way. But even that run, that was like a few years ago now, like 3 years ago now, I think. Time flies, man. Nate, yo, what's up, Dans? Congratulations on 15 years. Your channel helped motivate me to do this other content for my I'm about to face Penance for the first time. Awesome. Good luck against Penance. Hopefully you get the win. I know there's a CC edition one. Yeah, I feel like I've definitely seen some kind of Final Fantasy. Oh my god, I summoned the wrong thing. No one told me. See, this is finally the autopilot starting getting to me. I made the wrong summon. No! Rip. Yeah. These guys should not be out here. They should not be out here. But, yeah. Cindy has been such a menace. But basically, this is what will happen here. We will survive, but we'll be completely out of MP. And I'm pretty sure you can't... I think one of them knows Osmos. I think Mindy knows Osmos. But for Cindy, for example, she can't use Auto Life again, so this is why you don't want to do that. Who is harder, Final Fantasy X Penance or Final Fantasy 12 Guys, Matt? I think the Zodiac Age remaster one is a lot easier. I'm just going to restart this attempt, by the way. This attempt's done. Yeah, Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age, I think Yizmat has been nerfed. It's much easier to beat. And so for that one, Penance, I would say easily. But for the original, I'm not exactly sure. I never fought Yizmat in the original version of Final Fantasy 12, so I can't comment too much. Would you ever do Final Fantasy Tactics? Yeah, that's the one of the ones I'm looking forward to most. Again, once the main number series is over, definitely will go for that. Penance is several degrees of difficulty harder. What, even on the original version of Final Fantasy 12? I don't know if... I always heard Yizmat had like crazy amounts of HP, but I don't know if that makes it necessarily difficult or it just takes a really long time. That's always one of those things. I talked about it with Minerva hard mode in Crisis Core Reunion. Just because you give something a ton of HP doesn't automatically make it a hard battle. So maybe that's the case, I don't know. We'll see how Wordsmith explains why he thinks Penance is several degrees of difficulty harder. Wish Penance's arm has 6 less HP. Yeah, I know what you mean. Been too long since I played the PS2. Okay, fine. Yeah, I mean, for the Zodiac Age version, I definitely agree. I think it's Penance is definitely harder. You a coffee or tea guy? Probably tea, narrowly. I really like both. But I'm definitely not one of those people that has like 3 cups of coffee a day kind of thing. But I mean, my parents are Turkish, from Turkey. Turkey is one of the highest like tea drinking countries in the world, and so is England. I think at one point I looked it up, and the top 3 most tea consuming countries in the world has England and Turkey in it. And so as someone from a Turkish family who was born and raised in England, you can imagine I have my fair share of tea. So yeah, tea, but I do love coffee as well. Okay, good job guys. You've literally used your overdrive. You should be mad hype, and you're all just sitting there doing nothing. Wow. Have you ever heard of Resident Evil Code Veronica? Yes, I have, but I've never tried it. That could be a like future Halloween game. I've done so much Resident Evil recently that I'm definitely taking a break from Resident Evil for now, but my god. But in the future, yeah, it's possible. If your Ice Mount wipes your front 3, you can always leave and recover and go back in. If Penance wipes your front 3, you start from 0. Okay, yeah, true. Yeah, no haste luck this time. 4 to 5 espressos daily. Yeah, no, that definitely not. Like that's way too much for me. I'd probably have a stroke if I had that much. For me, I generally drink like French press coffee, and at most, I'll have like 1 mug, at most 2 in one day. And even then, it's not every day. It'll be like maybe 4 days a week, 5 days a week, something like that. So that's generally where I'm at. I'm trying to remember, do you catch these guys like a Pokemon? No, you don't. There's a few steps you have to jump through to get them. Come on, man, use haste on Mindy. Rip. Bye-bye. Did we break the viewer record? Boy, did we break the viewer record. I mean, we're still breaking the viewer record more than 3 hours in. We hit like almost, what was it, like 750? Something crazy like that. Do you have a favorite Turkish snack you enjoy with your tea? I try not to snack with tea too much, because then I would just, it would be hard to control your weight. If you have too much of that kind of stuff. I would say most of the tea I drink is like breakfast tea. I would say we always have black tea with breakfast in Turkey. You don't put milk in your tea in Turkey. I do like milky tea, like as like a kind of just on its own type thing. But for breakfast and stuff, or like with food, we always have black tea. I need honey and lemon in my tea. Yeah, that's a nice combo, but again, in Turkey, it's not really a thing. Don't really do that. That's kind of a little bit of like, if you're unwell, it's something that kind of makes the tea a little bit more soothing. But in general, it tends to just be black tea. Did you ever check out the OG Famicom Final Fantasy III soundtrack? I had no idea that Pixel Remaster has such a good soundtrack. Yeah, 100%. It's actually interesting. I met up with Alex Mukala like last week. Time flies so much, I've lost track of time these days. But it was recently. He came to London for a Final Fantasy 16 event, and we hung out. And I asked him, if anyone's not familiar, he's a really talented music producer / content creator that I've done like a podcast with, I've collaborated with in the past, and he's just an all-round awesome guy. And I asked him, because I was curious. I remember when I played Final Fantasy III, I started playing and I enjoyed the soundtrack a lot. Someone on Twitter was like, I said something like, you know, Uematsu is a genius, and I got a reply saying like, you know, it's like the it's a arranged version of his soundtrack, kind of implying that like yes, he's a genius, but it's like other people that have contributed to it. And I was like, I wanted to know. I was like, from a musician's perspective, if you've really enjoyed the soundtrack of Final Fantasy 3, let's say, who gets more credit? Is it Nobuo Uematsu, or is it the people who arranged the soundtrack? And so this is something I was wondering, but I was like, this is a good question to ask someone like him. He would probably have a good idea, like a good insight into it. And so that's what I did. I asked him, I said, what do you think? And basically, long story short, like in his opinion, Uematsu is the one that deserves it. Like the soul, I think the way he's explained it was like, you know, the soul of the track and the essence of it belongs to Uematsu. And like the kind of the presentation, I guess, and like the stuff they've done on top, of course, belongs to the people who arranged it. So they definitely deserve credit too, but it's still like primarily Uematsu's genius, I guess. But I think you definitely got to give the people arranging it credit too. But I think it's fair to say Uematsu is a genius. It's hilarious. You're talking about soundtracks. Why is that hilarious? Final Fantasy and its soundtracks are like, there's literally a worldwide concert that tours the globe playing its soundtracks. People love the soundtracks. They're important. What could be hilarious about that? I did spend like almost an hour talking about No Sphere Grid Anima gameplay and mechanics. Yeah, the music is so important to the experience. 100%. Hilarious because I hummed the Cosmo Canyon soundtrack to my child to put him to sleep. I meant it in a good way. Oh, okay. See, that was just very wholesome there. I was just like, what is hilarious about this? It's like this is a great topic to talk about with Final Fantasy fans. Would you ever do a Final Fantasy X randomizer? Yep, it's coming up on the channel, but it's a little bit delayed compared to when I wanted to start it. But yeah, I am looking to do one. Just keep an eye out for it. See you later, Mike. Thanks for joining us. Glad you could make it to this one. Take care. See you next time. How are you liking Final Fantasy 3? I'm basically one session away. I'm very close to finishing it. I've had a really good time. For me, it feels like 5's predecessor. It feels like it's of the same spirit, obviously, with like the job system and stuff. Really, really good game. Enjoyed it so far. But it feels like a sort of prototypical version of Final Fantasy V. So I probably still enjoy Final Fantasy V a little more overall, because they were able to go a little bit deeper and do a bit more overall. Like there's just more to it. But Final Fantasy 3, like in general, it's exceeded my expectations. I'm having a very good time with it. Yeah, not really worth summoning right now. The Web 66, glad you've been enjoying the stream. Nah, not gonna summon. Where does Final Fantasy IV rate on your list? Final Fantasy IV was a bit tough for me because I really did enjoy it a lot, but the gameplay, I think I enjoyed it the least out of 4, 5, and 6. It didn't really do it for me. Like, it was decent, it was good, but like not... I enjoyed... I think I enjoyed 5 and 6 more gameplay-wise. Jay Stewart, thank you for the donation. But I really like the cast of Final Fantasy IV, and I like the world of Final Fantasy IV. So yeah, it's kind of hard for me to rate it against 5. But for me it's similar because I like them for different reasons and in different ways. It's a tough one. 6 is my favorite from 4 to 6. but oof, this is critical again. Yeah, 6 is my favorite from 4 to 6. There you go, we're done. Another attempt, finished. And then 5 and 4 are relatively equal, but for different reasons, I think. Opinion on 13. I think it was a masterpiece, says Virtual Bunksy. I can't say I agree with that. I don't think it was a masterpiece, but I think these days is kind of where it should be. I feel like it went through a phase of being underrated, and then there was a bit of a pushback, and then it became maybe a little bit overrated a little bit. I think it is where it is. It's just a mixed bag. I really think it is. That's what the game is. I personally like 13, and I did enjoy it. And so, yeah, I've definitely got love for 13, but it's definitely, in my eyes, definitely not a masterpiece. But I will always say, of 13, Chapter 11 of Final Fantasy 13 is probably one of the best like gameplay side questing experiences I had. Reason being, when I played it, I set myself the challenge of trying to defeat every single boss that I could in Chapter 11 before proceeding, and that kind of gave the game a whole new dynamic for me. The combat system, I think, gets better the more difficult the battles get. It really shines when you like stress test it. I think when you're going on a much more casual run or you're OP, it really kind of crumbles and becomes much more one-dimensional. But when you really have to think, and you have to switch those paradigms, and you have to set them up, and you have to kind of prepare the equipment and optimize and that kind of thing, 13's system, I think, really comes alive. And so there's a lot to like about 13, but just as like your first general playthrough experience, again, I don't think it does too great on that front compared to like the best games. But there's definitely some goodness there, and I spent a lot of time with 13 the first time round. I really did. So I've always got some love for 13. Challenge run when? Like I say, I have some challenge content. This was before like no Crystarium upgrade and stuff even existed when I was doing that back in the day. It was literally pretty much the first like non-Final Fantasy X content I ever made on the channel. Really shitty old quality. Final Fantasy 13 is still on sale on Steam, by the way. Yeah, it's not a great port, unfortunately, on Steam. But what is good is that it's relatively easy to run, I would say. So it's due to its age, it's pretty easy to run. So I think a lot of people could play it even on like laptops and stuff. It shouldn't be too bad. So I think after this one, I'll have one final attempt, and then we will wrap it up for this anniversary stream. Dan Pollard, see you later. Thanks for joining us and hanging out with us on the stream. As I say, once again, anyone that's been gifted a membership, try to make use of it. The best way to do that is to hang out in the 24/7 stream with us. Flex those green names and badges and use those emojis, to which we'll be adding new ones, including crying face Sid, which is the best emoji idea we've come up with for a long time. Considering how few options I have, it's such a weird game that only works on the PS3. Yeah, still, they definitely need to release some kind of PS5 collection for that. They just have to do it. They really do. They gotta do it. Oh, for God's sake, Cindy, I have not got anything from you today. Have not. Yes, and we have the brilliant Uncle Alti stream emoji. I love that one. The lore of 13 is great. Too bad they essentially buried the majority of it in the menu instead of the main narrative. Yep, generally agree with that. It's kind of easy to say, like, oh, you're just lazy and you should just read that stuff. If you're not reading the data logs and getting all of the lore and then saying the lore is bad, that's on you. But I don't agree with that type of analysis for that stuff. I think the best games find better ways to present their lore than just text. I mean, it's not a book, it's a game, so I do think, yeah, it can be very good to kind of supplement the game with like nice data logs and for lore and stuff, but Cindy cyberbullied votes. Yeah, Cindy's been horrific. That's what I mean. The first attempt going that well just completely blew my mind. You mentioned the 5-year anniversary of 24/7 stream. Yeah, it's officially on. Well, it's officially in June. But like I say, I will probably delay it to August, which is like the secondary anniversary, I guess, because that's the one you'll see when you actually go onto YouTube. Because there's probably still some people that were around in those early days, but I started the stream on like my own laptop at home, on like an old laptop, and that was just like a test run that I started in June, and eventually we decided to basically turn the stream into a more legit long-term full-time kind of thing, and in August we kind of carried it over to a virtual like cloud server basically. But to be able to do that, we needed to basically have a new URL. So even though the stream actually started in June, the one that shows up when you actually click on it is from August. So August is like the secondary official version. Yeah, Rule is definitely still around. Rule has been around from day one. Rule, when did you first visit the channel? Because obviously I know you from like the first days of the stream 5 years ago, but you probably predate that by some margin. James Lyon has gone on a mad one, just gifting out 10 more memberships. James wants to see all the emojis. I don't even know how many more we can add. Seriously, at this stage we've got 178 new members. Absolutely incredible. Thank you all so much for all of the support today. See you later, Benjamin. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for the donations as well. Appreciate that. I've subbed over 2 years, the first time I've ever spoke. Well, I'm glad you did. It's never too late to start. Zeng, thank you for the big donation. Appreciate that so much. On the poll, Sekiro going to be a thing in the future? Yes, Sekiro will be the next FromSoft thing that I play. But when, it all depends on what's going on the channel and what I have to do behind the scenes, all that kind of shit. But it will be the next FromSoft game I play. That is the plan. I would love to do that. Elden Ring DLC will probably be before Sekiro, most likely. But I would like to definitely play Sekiro. That's going to be a very interesting game. I've been curious about it for a long time. Is this just a one-off Dark Anima stream? Yeah, it is. It's not going to be like I'm going to be doing repeat streams until I win or anything like that. But, I mean, if you guys enjoy this, I can just, now and then when I'm feeling like it, I can just fire this up and just give it a few attempts. Why not? It seems like you guys are enjoying it. And, well, now, at least, the core community understands this battle and how it works now. And so hopefully I've kind of helped teach a lot of people about this battle and its origins and how it works and why it's such a crazy part of like Final Fantasy Challenge lore. So yeah, I mean, I could definitely do more of these streams if you'd like. Because I don't like to stream, like I don't like to LP and stream, like I've mentioned already. Finding stuff like this to stream is always nice for me. And I made the same mistake again. You see? Been checking out the chat too much. I think this is where I gotta start to sign off actually. It's been almost 3.5 hours and it's been a very intense stream. It's been a crazy night. So, before I sign off, I want to thank everybody once again. It's been an absolutely awesome night. It's been a great stream. It's been really fun to go back to No Sphere Grid Anima all these years later. I hadn't fought this battle basically since the day I beat it 12 years ago. And so it's been really cool to go back, and you guys have been so amazing. Thank you all so much for the support. We've got so many new members now, just so many donations, all that kind of stuff. I'm really, really grateful. And we will be putting those memberships to good use by giving you guys some new emojis as well. But as I say, please do try to hang out in the 24/7 stream as well. We always try to have, you know, some kind of moderation there, even if you know, they're not physically there and chatting all the time, we're always trying to keep watch over the stream to keep out, you know, the bullshit, the bots and like the trolls and negativity and all that kind of stuff. So we try to always maintain that fun, positive vibe in there and make it a fun place and a safe place to hang out. So definitely somewhere that you guys can spend some time, and I try to pop in as well a few times a week whenever I get time as well. So it's somewhere where you can always catch me, and we can have some fun there too. So until the next one, I will see you guys later, and thank you all for joining me for this special stream. Take care, guys. See you next time.